Heyo, and welcome to the BYB Podcast. That stands for the Backyard Boys.
Backyard Boys!
Yes, welcome. We only have one girl and one boy, though, so that's not plural boys. That's just a boy and a girl. But everybody, welcome. Yes, it's the Labor Day version of the BYB Podcast. I hope everyone's having a wonderful labor. Lemmy, are you in labor on Labor Day?
Totally.
Laborious? Everything seems very laborious. Absolutely. Welcome, everybody in chat. You guys, you're awesome. Oh, look at this. This is Honky Tonk, Tennessee. BYB Mondays. That's right. After a long, horrible weekend, you still have BYB to look forward to, no matter what. Doesn't matter how hungover you are. That's right. You guys probably are all hungover because you didn't have to work yesterday. 3-day weekends. Look at you guys. Fancy. Absolutely. You cowards, you better go hit that like button, smash to subscribe, and of course, turn on those notifications. And if you want to even take it one step further than that, you can go to the link up at the top of the chat. I pinned it there just for you people. And I do mean you people, so that you
the blacks
can be a member. No, Miss Producer, not those people. These very fine folks in the chat are chatters, as they would say. No, go ahead and become a member, because if you're not a member, then you're missing out on our weekly Dabble review that we do every week on Sunday, which is yesterday. So if you missed out yesterday, that's your own damn fault. Right, Lemmy?
That's right.
All right. I knew it was a rally. No, Mammy. No, not that kind of a rally. No. When we say we're doing a rally, that means we're trying to get a bunch of memberships sold, or we're trying to hit the goal. Don't you know, Mammy, that we're trying to hit the goal around here? And the goal is not getting married. Okay, I won't even bring it up. See, you almost got me there. See, it does matter what kind of a rally it is after all. Yes, so much going on. But you know what didn't happen?
What?
Aaron Imholte did not turn himself in today. Very, very, very disappointed in him. I mean, when you're in trouble with the law, aren't you supposed to just go straight in and say, "I'm sorry for what I've done. Will you just slap me on the wrist and let me go home, please?"
He's supposed to shout from in the courtyard his wrongdoings.
Yes, you're supposed to tell God and the police that you have done these things, and I apologize. And yes, God, please forgive me, and also the court too. Please don't arrest me. I'll be a good boy. Oh, Mommy. Oh, you tricked me. You tricked me, you little dog. I thought that was $100. That's a super sticker. I'd like to show you my super soaker. Hey, yo. Just jokes. I know you're a married lady. You're a lady. Yeah, and a trickster. That's right. The toe towers fell that day. Is this going to be Aaron Imholte's 9/11? That is a very good question. Mommy gave us the input. Is this true? Is this true, Mammy? Is this true? Maybe you can confirm in the chat if you did indeed give everybody the N-word pass.
The black one.
I believe you are the person that has the pass, and I don't want to get in trouble. Ronnie Munn Jr., a.k.a. Eric Shun, member for 5 months. Good evening, Quad and Lemmy. Where is Hero Dave S. at? Yeah, I don't know. I highly doubt he's at work. He does have the link. So if you were looking forward to picking on Dave Sarah, is that what you're getting at? You wanted him here so that you can tease him, give him a bad time, ask him how much he likes pickles and whatnot? Yes. All right. People are sending me photographs, and they're not even nudes. I'm very disappointed by that because I do enjoy some good revenge prawn. Do you enjoy revenge prawn, Lemmy?
No.
How many nudes have you sent to me? Come on, Lemmy, get honest here. Let's really get into this.
69.
on the button?
Yep. Right on the dot.
That's not a good round number, but it is a great number. Yeah, okay. Fun, Leibowitz, Quad talks like Aaron the whole time. I know, actually, I thought that yesterday while I was doing the show, and I did catch myself probably doing about an hour and a half of a 3-hour show in Aaron, my horrible Aaron impersonation. So not only is it insufferable, but it's probably worse considering who the person is that I'm impersonating, right? And I'm a shitty impersonator, as I've been told by Lemmy and many others. Is that true, Lemmy? You might
Yes.
suck horribly.
All of them.
Very, very badly? Is this true?
It's hysterical how bad it is, to be fair.
That's the bit. I'm hoping I'm lying good enough right now that I get away with it like Aaron Imholte does. When he lies, he gets away with everything, correct? Yes.
Correct.
Nobody can see through any of that bullshit. Absolutely. And the rando report. I don't know how rando it is. Is it random or is it just rando? $2. Thank you, sir. Gets a light sentence unless they watch his show. You got a point there, buddy. I think he does talk a little bit too much about things that he shouldn't be talking about at all. He should take a page out of Nick Rekieta's book. The book is called Shut the Fuck Up When You're Under Investigation, when you have court cases, when you have a felony. Shut the fuck up. That's my best advice to him, too. See, Fawn, you're dragging me back in just when I was trying to get out. They pull me back in. Quad is very, 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 very cool. Yeah, see what you did? I didn't mean to, but you forced it on me. All right. Yes. Lots happened this morning. I did send Keanu the link. I think she'll be popping in here at some point. So if you're fans of Keanu, then you'll understand why she got the link. If you can't stand her, that's on you. Right, Lemmy?
Right.
Don't seem so enthusiastic. Come on. Because, hey, we're going on Michael Gavin Ali's show tomorrow. The two of us, right?
No.
Where's the enthusiasm for all these wonderful things that are happening for the BYB crew? I mean, that's a big up for us, isn't it? To get onto a show as big as Michael Gavin Ali's, and we can go on there and we can talk about pornography with lady parts. Wouldn't you like to go talk about lady parts more than we've been talking about them lately with the still toe stuff?
No, I think pornography should be illegal.
Oh, based. Yeah, you guys heard it here. Lemmy is based. The black one. Just the black one, Mrs. Producer. Like we can watch. True. Like all porn is fine. We just gotta get rid of the black porn. Okay, fair enough. KB says, "Fuck Michael Gavin Ali." You might be onto something there. He is kind of creepy, and I think we're gonna have to turn him down for our appearances. That's not on him. He's just a little autistic and a little off. I don't even know that he's necessarily aware of it. Actually, one of the funniest things I've ever seen is him strip dancing for Kate Meany. You remember that, don't you, Lemmy?
Yes, I do.
That was fucking hilarious. And we also found out Michael Gavin Ali has gigantic hooters, much like a movie. Speaking of movies, those are some monster movies. All right. These are all questions for someone else. Chad's tweet to Gino. Yeah, let's get into it. Indeed, Chad's been fucking with Gino. I don't know if you were aware that MLC was stream sniping Gino today, but boy, oh boy, there's a bunch of stink going on about Gino sending revenge porn around the internet, allegedly. And he had one of the mighty fine ladies that allegedly he had been sending pictures of to other people. And he had her on to counteract those points. I don't know exactly how that works. Maybe you can explain that to me, Lemmy. Let's say I have a nude of Lemmy and I send it to my friend and he never says a word about it. And then I have you on a show and I'm like, hey, Lemmy, have I ever sent nudes of you around the internet or to anyone?
I'd have to take your word for it, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like, I don't know why you would have the person, unless you were stupid enough, like Aaron Imholte, to actually do it live on air, as we've seen a bunch of times. I don't know how anyone would fucking have a clue. Yeah, okay, you said that, but okay, god dang it. Kate Kipstew. Alex Engelbert already confirmed Gino revenge porn to her. I know, but where's the evidence of that? Like, that's my point, dude. We get, what are we supposed to believe Alex Engelbert? Anyway, first of all, she is a fucking psycho. Regardless of what anyone thinks, I've seen her be a psycho. I've seen how she acted when Gino used to talk about her on In Hot Water. And then whatever, she was a psycho all the time. So I really don't believe Alex Engelbert. Strangle. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a very good point. Based on a conspiracy theory, the Aaron Johnny Crutches vouched for me that I didn't strangle April Defense. Exactly the point. Like, Johnny's there, 2 hours in the morning? So is he supposed to know that 20 hours a day that Aaron didn't strangle April or headbutt her? I guess that is kind of the point, right? Like, how are we supposed to know this shit? Because we're not there 24/7. The only thing we know that Aaron has said is,
I'm the headbutting guy.
I'm the headbutting guy. Yeah, I want to do some headbutting right now. I'm getting into this shit. That audio drop gets me fired up to want. Hey, you folks, yeah, you should headbutt the like button while you're at it. Like I said already, but it sounds way funnier when you say headbutt the like button. All right. I do have a little clip of what it's going to look like when Aaron does finally get to prison. I would like to show for you folks. What do you imagine Aaron Imholte is going to be like if he gets to prison, let's just say jail for now. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves with our dreams of Aaron's future. Like if you were the ghost of Aaron's future, what do you think jail looks like for Aaron?
Getting butt fucked. Yeah.
Lots of buff. Oh, that was Mrs. Oh, you tricked me. I asked. That was too good, Mrs. Producer. You're fucking good, buddy. I thought you actually answered. Well,
I was gonna say the French dude from the Green Mile.
Yeah, that's ugly. Slapjaw, Timothy Smallwood, $2. Thank you, sir. What is gained by revenge porn? Nothing. It's dumb. Okay, so not necessarily. I don't even believe the word revenge should be thrown in there. I do have that question for Keanu. If and when she ever shows up to the show, I am very curious about that fact. If you're trying to piss someone off, I mean, let's just break that part of it down, Lemmy. What do you think? Do you think like Aaron did that on air, knowing that Kayla and Nick and those people would see that he's sharing her nudies and that would piss them off? In essence, that would be harassment. But do you think that was his intent?
No, I think his intent was to like show Gino he could pull a fucking nude off of Kayla Rekieta. I think it was just a fucking sick boys moment. You know what I mean? That Aaron is too fucking stupid to have any forethought about.
I would agree with that. 100%. Absolutely, Lemmy. I do think that's exactly what the point was, to show off. Because the way it came off when that clip, we're not going to play that clip because we played it like 100 times lately. So I won't put you through that again, even though it's only a minute and 45-second clip. I do think it was just boys in the locker room comparing notes and being like, oh, look what I did. Look what I got. Hey, Gino, you tell me your boy didn't do too bad, huh? Well, your boy did pretty good, didn't he, huh? I do think that's exactly what happened there. And okay, here is Aaron's future. I can picture this easily. You think it would be better with volume on? Possibly, right? I mean, the word karma comes to mind. Aw, dogs on a leash. They got a puppy. Everybody wants a puppy, even people in prison, right?
Some people in prison get cats, actually.
Are you serious? What state is this?
It's like this weird rehabilitation program for like good prisoners. They'll get like a little pet cat, and the pet cats are like from the shelter. They're trying to like familiarize them with humans, so they'll go to a different cell like every week, so they get familiarized with humans, and then they can be adopted out.
That's actually a really that makes a shitload of sense. I was gonna say fuck the prisoners; they shouldn't have animals, but hell, maybe they should put two pit bulls in a cell and see if they can eat dog food together and hang out for a week and not kill each other. I guess that actually does make a lot of sense. Practice before you send them into a home with little kids or something. Yeah, I like that. I don't know that they would deserve to have what are those animals called for your emotional support animals. I do not think that they should get those because they're getting their just desserts if they are in prison, right, Aaron? Right, Aaron? Okay, it's been proven to help keep the prisoners calm. That's probably a good thing if you're, especially if you're a guard in a prison. You're probably very appreciative of. Yes, they were very appreciative. I lost my train of thought because I was reading chat. Aaron will be holding onto someone's pocket the first day. Yes, that is a thing in prison. if you're someone's bitch, which, like I said, like the name of the title of the show is Don't Drop the Soap. And like I always say, my favorite movies, like American History X, the best movie ever made is the first half of American History X, right? Right up to the point where he's getting butt raped in the shower. And not a fan of butt rape.
Nude butthole.
No nude buttholes. Nude buttholes are bad. They're exposed. They're vulnerable. Yeah, all kinds of bad things can happen to them. Okay. All right. So the other thing I wanted to get into, and I found this very interesting, is and this is a little Lemmy from on high on Twitter today put out Nick Rekieta. And we'll get right into this. That's what we're going to get into, folks. There was a phone call from Nick Rekieta into the Onion Show today. I did want to go through that and break it down. And of course, we had Kiki, who went on the Pretty Antisocial podcast today. Sorry, I almost fucked that up, ladies. The new wonderful ladies that we have become acquainted with. We enjoy their show, and we enjoy having them on too. Jackie and Peachy, Haley.
Haley.
And also, real, what's it called? Real media, real-time media. He put out those 2 videos that are like 2 hours a piece. And so that's like 4 hours of Aaron talking about Kayla. And of course, when we listen to Aaron talk about Kayla, I think we pretty much all have the same feeling in our gut, which is we got to throw up. Because it's disgusting pretty much hearing Aaron talk about any lady, but him talking about the love that none of us would understand that he had with Kayla is extremely disgusting and unwatchable, unlistenable. That's why we're going to make you guys listen to it, because it's so bad. All right. Cliff there. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I don't know what I said, but it must have been good. So, Levy, is this true? Is Nick Rekieta alluding to the fact that he knows that Aaron Imholte is indeed a homosexual?
I feel like if anybody know, it'd be Nick. That's somebody put that in my comment section. If anybody know, it would be Nick. That is very true.
Your comment section, yes. Up in your mom. Hey, that's a good name. Oh, big smiles. House Gucci. Yeah. Did you have any just thoughts on the entire phone call of Nick Rekieta into Melty?
Thought it was great. I was very I was surprised by the whole thing. Of course, I think everybody was. I don't think anybody expected Nick Rekieta to show up. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I recorded it, and I didn't need to record it because apparently everyone else and their dog was doing the same thing and put it out too. So everybody's doing the Lord's work. There's so many clippers out there now, it's almost impossible to have something amazing happen on the show without it getting clipped. So that's a benefit to us, people that do shows. But I guess I can go erase it. I went through the trouble of pushing the screen record button. It almost wore my finger out. I barely could handle it. It's so much work. But yes. Also, this is back from when old Quadfather was trying to get Nick Rekieta to admit that he did gay shit with Aaron when he was doing his first interview back with Chrissy Mare. Is that what a horse sounds like? Never heard one before. Nothing. Horses.
That is.
Horses.
I mean, it's on par with all of your other impressions.
Son of a bitch. I can't win with you today. I'm not going to win, so I'm just going to quit trying. No more impersonations, I promise. I promise. And I totally don't have my fingers crossed under the desk. Absolutely not what's happening right now. But yes, let's hear from Nick Rekieta about Baldos and Aaron and gay stuff. Let's see if anyone recalls this clip.
BYB, did you and Aaron do gay stuff together with a Baldo? I feel like you probably can't answer that.
I can't talk about him. Sorry.
John, Kristen,
yes.
just here for the lolcow that Nick has become.
But yes, he thought it was funny too. Memories. Yes. So I do believe, I know I'm like hyper focused on the case. It seems a little gay on my part to be so focused on whether or not Aaron and Nick did gay shit. I know it's coming off a little gay at this point. But I just think Aaron is... I just think that Aaron is so fucking gay with those weak ass wrists and all of his mannerisms. You know, I just want to do him a favor by helping him come out of the closet. Like, I want to do the guy, you know, have some positive effect on his life. He shouldn't have to be in the closet. He shouldn't have to have all these beards. He shouldn't have to talk about women like they're objects. He should just give up on the fact that he likes women and just say, hey, you're gay as fuck, right, Aaron? And him just say, you got me. Isn't that what he likes to say? You got me there. Yeah. And before we get into the actual footage of him calling in and talking with old Melty, as Keanu would say. These are all of the top messages from Nick Rekieta today. So thank you, Misery Clips. I'm kind of surprised to see Misery Clips actually clipping stuff that's on Melton's show, honestly. You wouldn't think. I could never figure out some of these clippers. So Misery loves clips. I never can figure out what that guy's angle is. Obviously, he's a fan of Kevin Brennan, but some of the stuff he clips really does not benefit or have anything to do with Kevin Brennan. So, all right, let's run down the list. The prosecution will more likely move to join all of our cases at some point. So that's interesting to hear in and of itself. The fact that Kayla, April, and Nick all possibly could be having one case, all sitting down together in the court. Have you ever seen a polycule sitting in court together?
I've not. And I don't know the law that much, but I didn't know that was a thing where you could just like station two things into one thing.
I know I've seen it like with murder cases. You can do it that way, like if they are all, but I thought that your charges all had to be like pretty much equivalent, you know, like you're all up for like murdering someone because everyone was there and part of it. But I don't know how that works when April just has like, she has different charges than the rest of them. She's just got like basic possession charges. And the rest of them have all kinds of other stuff on top of it, like Kayla with the child endangerment. And I would have to look at all the charges, but I know they're not all exactly the same. Chris Mack, they can sever codependents from cases or combine them. Yes, sir. Agreed. So that was kind of interesting. I would love to see it. You know, that would drive like Aaron insane. If he's not in jail while they're doing their court case. We'll find out soon enough here. Now, stop it. Mr. Z quad saw the Memphis 3 documentary and thinks he knows the law. Not true, not true, not true. I've seen lots of documentaries.
Not true.
I've seen lots of documentaries. That's why I think I know the law, because I've seen multiple ones. Ray DeVito, welcome, buddy. Yeah. I see Ray in the chat. I'm sure this is the real Ray DeVito. I've seen lots of real Ray DeVitos all over chats before, so you're fooling me. The badge gets the pussy, and the pussy gets the badge.
Whatever that means.
So guys that have the badge, they get laid, they get pussy, and then the pussy gets the badge. So I'm guessing that okay, so maybe cops get pussy and then the ladies end up being with the cop. That's all I can think. I'm guessing at this point. All right, next one. I love women. This is Nick Rekieta's chats from today on Melton I'm reading through right now. I love women. I personally don't like rulings this judge has given in cases I've had before her. So the judge that April was in front of the other day absolutely is the judge that Nick Rekieta has had issues with in the past. And I'm sure if he has to go in front of her again for his court case, that's not going to be good, because I highly doubt she's going to go out of her way to do anything but fuck him into the ground. Even though she's a judge and she's supposed to be impartial and all that bullshit, I mean, people are still human, right? Yes. Okay. Dora Carrington, 20 years married, never spent a day not loving that woman. Don't know what the fuck that is. Okay. So yeah, Rekieta's been married for 20 years and never spent a day not loving his wife. I would say evidence for that is that they're still together, and you know what I mean? No matter what, even through this shit, they're still together. So that's a good sign for them. And the kids. I guess kids should always have both their parents in the house if they can. That's how it should work. I do put on a good show with some gin. Yes, you do. We even like when you do a little bit of cocaine with your gin, because then your streams are very interesting. They do seem to wreck your life, but they're very interesting. You do put on a good show. Rekieta La, the live-in nanny bit is a game of police telephone. A game of police telephone. So he's saying like that's a game of telephone. So he's trying to say that the police are misrepresenting the fact that the live-in nanny bit was a big deal. That's what I gather from that. Is that what you see he's trying to say?
That's about it. Yeah.
We've never had a live-in nanny, guarantee Kayla never used the words live-in. If I would have read the next sentence, I wouldn't have had to ask you if that's what he meant, because that's exactly what he meant. Where is this mysterious tray on the seizure list? A tray of cocaine? Trey. Or is Trey a black feller that's not part of your polycule, but shows up to do stuff with Nick? Because Nick does not seem to mind. He doesn't seem to mind to share. I would even go as far to say that when they did Hedonism 2, that they probably did lots of swapping. Would be my wild guess. I mean, what else would you go to Hedonism 2 for? Not just to take off your clothes and be seen like showing off. You go there to get fucked. There's no like, oh, I want to go to a nude beach all the way in Jamaica where they also do swapping. Yeah, no, you would just go to a nude beach like way calmer place, I would assume. Trey Parker. Rekieta. So the last one, seize the day laundry room is part of our master bedroom suite. You can't say master bedroom anymore. That's racist. Right, Mammy? You can't say master bedroom anymore. I think it's, what is it? The main bedroom, the most important bedroom, the leader of the bedrooms, the king bedroom. What are we supposed to call it? I know you can't call it master bedroom anymore, especially if you live on a plantation, from what I understand. Right, Kiki?
Primary bedroom now.
Primary, right. You go to primary school, you go to the primary bedroom if you want to get laid. Also, the only reason I kept going to school my senior year, coincidentally. Nice podcast, stupid. $2. Thank you. Sir or ma'am. I'm not sure if you're Deb or the guy. What's the guy's name, Lemmy? You knew his name.
Snigger Niggardly.
No, it was not. It was not Snigger Niggardly, Miss Producer. That's incorrect. Wrong answer.
His name's Dan.
Dan or Deb. I should be able to remember something that simple. Congrats on admitting your wife sent nudes to Deb. Nick Rekieta. Is that what he did? Or did I? Did I say that? Did you catch that, Lemmy? That's over my head. Nice podcast, stupid. I suggest you send in another super chat explaining what that super chat meant.
I think he means like Nick Rekieta admitted that Kayla sent nudes to Aaron.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's gonna be. She's gonna have to admit that happened. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're just putting common sense together by reasonable thinking that he wouldn't have had a nude to send to Gino, Aaron. I mean, unless he was sent a nude by Kayla. So yeah, if you. Elementary, dear Watson. Absolutely. You can deduce that. Yes. Yeah, and I'm trying to sound smart, and I know I'm not smart, so if you guys start making fun of me, I won't be able to handle it. So just chill the F out, man. The Rando Report. Thank you for the $2, sir. I'll bid $9 for the steel-toed name in the liquidation. I think someone actually picked up Steel Toe Morning Show website, didn't they? Because he let it lapse and didn't pay for it.
That'd be hilarious.
I've seen it happen to other shows, so it is a possibility. I do think that happened to Chad also. Chad Zuma Comedy or something along those lines. Very, very funny. All right, let's get into this phone call. Yeah, that was wild to watch in real time. I think two things happened today. One was Haley. Well, it was mostly Haley. Haley does seem to have like a major disdain for Keanu. Very similar to someone else I know. I won't name names at this time. But yeah, she was trashing her so hardcore. And then all of a sudden, Keanu was there and was like, send me the link. And I was thinking that whole time that it was like that. There's no freaking way that that's the real Keanu. That's because I've seen that fake Keanu around the internets. I assumed it was the fake one. But lo and behold, it was the actual Kiki. And they had to send the DM to Melton to send to Keanu, which is also hilarious. Yeah, how do you send someone a link if they don't have the DMs? All right. Oh, there's our Melty. Our Melty. Oh, Melty, our fearless leader. Yes. All right. Is that the real good egg, DeVito? Yeah, he's a good egg. Actually, Ray DeVito is on his way to go hang out with our buddy Teamster Tim, apparently. So, shout out to Teamster Tim if you're watching. He's a really good egg. We do like him. Teamster Tim sent me a bunch of shirts, man. That's fucking nice. That's cool. Just like, oh, where's Flat Cat? Oh, shit. Flat Cat, you're in deep shit today, dude.
Where were you, Jessica Flat Cat?
Well, what you? What's this? Clicking? I don't think I've been hearing clicking.
He's spurting out.
Oh, all right. All right, fake Ray DeVito. Watch it, buddy. You're on the bad list. Once you get on the bad list, it's hard to get back off of it. So okay. Okay, I see now. Yes, you're definitely getting fucked with. All right, let's get into our Nick R phone call into Melted. Let's just play it.
Anyway, it's an honor. Thank you for calling in. I know you probably can't say a lot.
Yeah, I have to be very circumspect. It's kind of like I have a fucking felony charge.
Yeah, I get it. It's funny to me that Aaron was like, why won't he talk? And then he said, well, you know he can't talk. And then he goes right back to like, why won't he talk?
Yeah, it's been a blast dealing with him in general, especially because like we really can't. I mean, not only can we not talk, we really can't talk about him at all. He's obviously a potential witness, and so we've had to, just sit here and let him run his mouth as much as possible because, he's a potential state's witness. So that's.
Do you think
just
that
have to sit here and fucking take it? It's
after how many hours he's spoken about this, and after how many times someone we'll just talk, in general terms. When someone does something like this and they talk for a living, they sometimes speak for 8 hours a day, and they contradict themselves so many times publicly, can they be used as? I mean, aren't they at that point, and completely worthless as a witness?
Again, speaking generally, yeah. Well, the credibility is up to the finder of fact in most cases. So that's going to be a jury or a judge in a bench trial. They get to determine the credibility of each witness. There are certain things that a person can do or say to so undermine their credibility that the court finds their testimony will not be useful. Which where that place is going to be different for every single person. I mean, I think in our case, he's got just facial credibility issues, but those have to be raised properly in court. Like, I can't be screaming about them online. Everybody wants me to call him out. You call him out for this, call him out for that. It's like, dude, I can't sit here and get into a pissing match with a potential state witness on the internet. I can't. Like, as much fun as that sounds, I can't do that. I just have to kind of be quiet about it.
Which is the smart play. And really, the fact that the concerned citizen, the guy that went to the police to snitch, did so. And he had an angle. He wanted to get back. It was revenge. There's no doubt about it. So there's already an issue with the credibility part. And then you add on top of it that he has been seething and saying so much shit on his podcast every day since this has happened. I mean, you add those two things together, and when Nick goes to court on So when he went to the omnibus hearing, he had 30 days after that because he put in and he was trying to get the entire case dismissed based on that. There was more to it than just that, but that was a huge part of it. The concerned citizen, Aaron Imholte, who's not a fucking concerned citizen whatsoever. I would say that he's slowly been destroying the state's case every day on air, like slowly, piece by piece, absolutely destroying it.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, I just can't think of an instance where Aaron said something that could benefit any of this stuff. Just thinking back on it, it's like, dude, every day, all day, you just showing how much hatred you have. And, you know, especially if you think about his ex-wife, April, who he just broke up with, think about the horrible shit he has said about her. And this is someone you allegedly loved like 2 seconds before you decided to snitch on her because she left your ass. I mean, that's fairly damning in and of itself as far as I'm concerned. The jilted lover. Is that an angle he can use? Those words, jilted lover?
I doubt it.
I just want it said in court. It would be funny. He's a jilted lover with revenge on the brain.
Just from a
So-
perspective of okay, let's say again in general terms, there's a woman. She's part of a duo on the radio, and then after there's a kind of a messy divorce. Does he get to indefinitely go back and now tell? You know what constitutes harassment in the sense that somebody like April would be able to seek her own restraining order for harassment to get this man who clearly it was named in the complaint for Kayla that you know they don't believe he'll stop unless some sort of action is taken to prevent him. Isn't it the same for April? I mean, this will affect her life going forward forever if he never shuts up.
Yeah, and it's, you know, April may at some point pursue a restraining order or pursue her own criminal action against him. I mean, harassment isn't just a civil action. It's a criminal act that doesn't require revenge pornography or any of those other things. Harassment is its own activity. And I mean, I think, in my opinion,
Okay, before he shoots out his opinion, I think I have opinions on what was just said there. What do you think about online harassment? Because he obviously has not been harassing her in real life because he can't contact her. It's kind of rich to actually hear Melton say that, considering he pretty much harasses people on the internet for a living, right?
Fair enough.
I mean, his entire last year's focus has been on Stilto and fucking with him. So I don't know. Or Red Bar, like what you think about the targets Red Bar has chosen and gone after. And like, yeah, some people's jobs is technically harassing people every day, all day on the internet. So I don't know how that works, but I highly doubt that that's an issue. If he was fucking with her in real life, now that's a whole other story, but I don't think you can get harassment. You can definitely get like slander. You can get defamation. You can get, you know, like all these other things. If you're lying about people, I know that you can get those kind of charges, but I don't think you can get harassment just because someone talks about you constantly. Yes, Lemmy's not a snitch. She won't snitch. Thanks, Lemmy, for not being a snitch. All those things you know about me that you have not told people. I appreciate that. Yes, laundry room too. The second version of the laundry room, apparently. Just get off the internet. Yes. And you know who would know about that is the inventor of the internet, Lemmy. Did you know that people could just get off of the internet? That doesn't include YouTube shows, though, because YouTube shows are not included in the internet. Just for your knowledge, if you guys were confused on that. Yeah, Al Gore. You got it. You got it, buddy. So, yeah. So, he doesn't seem to... Aaron does not seem to be harassing April as far as, like, texting her or getting a hold of her, as far as we know, unless some other things come out. So I don't agree with these guys that they're we're about to hear Nick Rekieta's opinion on that. Let's hear it.
Opinion, he's gone well beyond the level of harassment. I mean, if everybody's noticed, I've only recently started saying anything, but we have been exceptionally quiet, intentionally so. None of our lives were geared to be out in the public like this, and having this one person routinely say false things over and over and over and vindictively ambitiously do it probably falls into that category. But at this point, we've been kind of hamstrung by the fact that we're not really able to talk much about our case in any sort of way, or anyone or anything that may be involved with it, like a state's witness. So
yeah, I mean, so maybe not harassment restraining order, but slander for certain when this is all over. I mean, there will be a trove of video evidence of him literally lying.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think there's quite a bit just that people have seen where you can draw your own conclusions. I mean, oftentimes you're mitigating factors for a harassment claim of any kind, and even in some cases, slander or defamation is literally getting into a pissing match. A back and forth, a heated exchange, something like that. People can say what they will about me. I don't really care. I kind of chose publicity as part of my career, like you did.
Well, he's establishing some sort of track record of when a relationship ends and he doesn't like the outcome of it, that he literally tries to ruin the woman that just left him, or he just left life. I mean, especially if there's going to be, again, my speculation, and I don't know anything about the laws, that what this whole thing with Kayla was going after is a restraining order to get him to shut up about her. So
I'm a cuck.
Hold on. Somebody sent that in, sir. But like, if he has this track record of like, he can't leave women alone when he's done with them. He's Ted Bundy without the knife, the gun. Like, so.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, again, people can say what they want.
I mean, we can stop it there. Just curious what you thought about that. I do wonder if that's like admissible, because he was allegedly the concerned citizen, but we know he's the spurned lover. Have you ever been a spurned lover, Adam Goldstein?
Listen, I don't talk about my personal life on podcasts. What's up, guys?
Why not? What?
Because, obviously, as we can see unfolding before our eyes, is that it's a wonderful life decision. That, like, what could go wrong, right?
Wonderful. That's
wonderful life decisions.
Wonderful life decision. Okay, so my thought on that was I totally forgot, because Adam showed up right in the middle of my thought. Okay, so Aaron has a track record of treating his exes like shit. The second he leaves them, he starts trashing them. I don't know that you could build a case around that, but it is kind of an interesting thought as far as like a slander, defamation, harassment case.
Court of public opinion, it makes him look like an asshole.
Yeah, but we're not. I mean, yeah, the court of public opinion, Aaron has already completely lost that motherfucker a long time ago. He is a well-known piece of shit narcissist, et cetera, at this point. So I don't even know if he cares about his reputation.
So you think he's at rock bottom, or do you think he can go lower than this?
You think he's on the Ray DeVito show podcast? Rock bottom? All right, come on, guys. Catch up.
He actually was. He got interviewed there, right? That was the big Ray DeVito interview.
Well, I don't know if you would say that Ray DeVito interviewed him, but you could say he was interviewed. It was just Joe, the producer from the Shuley Network, had to step in and pretty much took over that fucking show, which was hilarious.
Well, I wouldn't know because I didn't watch it.
I watched it. He totally sidelined Ray. Ray had like no guts to ask him any questions, so it was just that Joe, the producer guy, just started nailing Aaron with actual real questions, which, Ray just had a mind to have a good time. Because, Aaron's a good egg. Come on. Right, Lemmy? Come on.
Ray DeVito sucks.
I was waiting for the overlay to pop up. Ray DeVito stinks. It stinks, not sucks, right? Let's clarify that.
Oh yeah, stinks. My bad.
Stinks.
Watch your language, Derek.
I'm a good egg. I can't say cuss words. Come on, guys. I need 5 clean minutes so I can do a late night show. Come on. Come on, guys. Jimmy Fallon. Come on.
You kind of
Say
making him
one
sound
about
like
me.
Elmo.
I mean, his son is Tukey. That's, I mean, it runs in the family to sound like puppetry. It's in the DeVito bloodstream. Puppetry. All right, I'm sorry. I know Lemmy hates my fucking guts when I stop the videos 100 times to make nonsense jokes.
No, I think it's hilarious.
Thank you, Adam. I need a yes man.
But the two women who he's been fucking just going after for the past, I mean, it's been since May. This started, people may think this started with our arrest in May, but it actually had started before that. It started, if you go back and start looking, he started talking negatively about April 1st and me. And then he started talking about Kayla. It kind of just transitioned over time, but it started in late April to early May. And he has been nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, I assume
almost every show.
I assume your lawyer has access to those 2 videos that just came out that are super cuts of him, hours and hours and hours just talking about Kayla. Like,
yeah, I haven't watched them yet. I don't know that I really want to.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it might be useful for her attorney because it's literally the work done for him. It's hours long of every time he's mentioned Kayla this year.
And that's what I was referencing earlier. That's Real Media Player. And we might actually get into some of that later in the show. But yeah, like I said, it's like 4 hours of Aaron, just clip after clip after clip of Aaron talking about Kayla and the love that they had and the great sex that they had. And all the times Kayla had texted him and said, I'm trying to get out of here. Nick's horrible. Nick's the worst. Blah, blah, blah.
So you think a slander suit is probably the next thing they're planning?
I mean, they got a long road to go with all this fucking criminal stuff, but I'll tell you what, I don't think the statute of limitations runs out on any of that civil suit shit for probably a long time after the criminal case is over. So they got nothing but time to put a case together and file it. So I would assume that they'll wait till the criminal stuff's over because they're probably focused on trying to stay out of prison for right now. Smart choice, too.
Yeah. At least they're keeping their fucking mouths shut.
Yeah, for the most part. And Nick's been, April, he's kept April and Kayla completely out of shows. Smart. Because ladies are dumb and don't know when to shut up, right, Lemmy?
True.
But yeah, so Nick has been pretty guarded from what he has said on shows. So he's playing it well, I do believe. I don't think there's going to be one thing he has said for the most part that's going to come back and haunt him in a case. I think he said that one time he said something on Chrissy's show that may bite him in the ass, but that's pretty much it.
The fact that he thought, though, that he had the fact that he actually chose to call into Melton, though, I think that's interesting. That's definitely going to get a lot more attention.
Nick Rekieta has a bigger audience than Melton, right? Like,
no, but I'm just saying it's
that's a curiosity question.
It's
that's
interesting though that it's, you know what I'm saying though, for people to be reaching out to Melton like that.
I mean, Melton is a girdleist. I mean, he has a track record of he's been playing it pretty straight. And if you're Nick and you're like, hey, who hates Aaron more than anyone else in the world? It's Melton.
Yeah.
So of course you call into Melton because he's the guy, and we'll see at the end of the phone call. Like even Onion is trying to give Nick ideas for. You'll see. I don't have to put words in his mouth; he'll say them himself.
and it just proves again
Yep.
harassment, like nonstop. He will not stop. And also, I think he's going to, he will try to get out of the felony by saying the intent wasn't to harass. But I think when shown in the context, zoomed out, these are all subtle manipulative threats. He's saying if they want to say this, don't remember I have photos. Remember I have so it's all like to harass.
Oh, I mean, yeah. On the felony charge, I'm not, involved in that case at all, aside from being a potential witness,
Right.
I suppose. But just on the face of it, the obvious play of doing something like that in public is to humiliate someone. There's no reason for him to have a discussion about a photo of her with Gino online, except to, put her under a sort of harassed or humiliated status. And then people may not realize that there are ways to prove harassment in Minnesota, because it's difficult to just say someone's harassing you or not, right? Intent is inside the mind of the person. And so intent has to be proven through circumstantial evidence. One of the ways that you show intent on harassment, and in the harassment and stalking statute, there's, harassment is defined as any acts that are typically repeated acts that
Intimidate?
that would lend to someone's humiliation or harassment or annoyance, or I don't know how else to word it. I'm not looking at the
Intimidate?
statute, but anyway, fucking pissing people off.
Right.
One way to prove it is if the person asks you to stop and you persist on in doing so. And so if people are looking for a way or looking for the harassment, they might want to consider that there have been people very politely requesting that he please just fucking stop talking about them. And he didn't, and he still hasn't. And so
I mean, is that on the level of harassment though? If someone's like, "Hey, would you need to stop talking about me," and you keep talking about them, I wouldn't consider that like harassment, because he's only doing it online.
Yeah.
Okay.
proving harassment isn't always visible on the surface. It's not as easy to see, because if everybody could get around, harassment by just saying nice things about someone, there would be no way to ever prove it out. But shockingly, other criminals have tried this.
Well, I appreciate you taking a minute to talk to us. Is there anything else you want people to know you haven't been able to say, or that you can say or want to say that people don't know?
Yeah, I have hours and hours of things to say, but unfortunately, they all have to wait until our cases are done. I mean, I know people, they say stuff about my public image or how people perceive me. And look, guys, it's my kids and my fucking liberty. Not going to prison and having my children are my only priorities. That means that I'm going to have to take some fucking blows to my personal image for a while. Especially when you have a state witness spreading all kinds of bullshit about you. You just have to deal with that. But that's part of, dealing with life is you have to take some shit sometimes to get to the part that you need to. And so we got to get through our cases. But once we do, we'll have our stories to tell, and people can take them for what they are.
Yeah, we'll have stories to tell. He keeps saying that. So
and oodles of fucking content for people too.
Yeah, but I mean, there is no doubt that Nick Rekieta wants to spill all the beans. But yeah, he did make a good point there. He was like, yeah, this state's witness, and that's what he's calling him, the state's witness, is out there trashing us online on a daily basis. I didn't really think about this before, but isn't it going to be kind of weird having a state witness that has harassment charges against him for one of the people that he's going to be testifying against if he is called to testify at the court hearing? I mean, that would, doesn't that kind of blow up his credibility and his need to be on the stand? I would almost guess that maybe the prosecution's not going to really want him up there. That's a bad look, right?
I mean, there's other witnesses though. There's the pastor. There's I feel like discrediting Aaron would be more about like getting the warrant thrown out. I feel like that seems like, I mean, if they're not able to do that, they're not able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they got 30 days to do that. And now that Aaron, the timing of it is they haven't even figured out whether or not the judge will throw out the case before the actual court case goes ahead. The judge still has 30 days from 2 weeks ago. So he's still got a couple weeks and might throw out the entire thing based on the fact that their star witness, concerned citizen, snitch number one, Aaron Imholte, is right now under investigation or whatever. He's got a warrant out for his arrest, and he's got 2 charges up against him. He has an HRO. He's on probation. Like, this is the guy you're going to want to put on the stand for to testify against the accused.
Yeah, it's going to look pretty fucked up to have him as the star witness for sure. Especially
if it's a jury. What's a jury supposed to think about all that information?
Oh, that's true. I always forget about the whole, sympathy.
Yeah, no, I mean, like a jury. I mean, we're sitting here, the 3 of us, and we're like, oh, this Aaron Imholte guy's a piece of shit, you know?
If it wasn't for the children, I'm not to sound like Imholte here, but if it wasn't for the endangerment,
about the children, Adam?
If it wasn't for the fucking endangerment of the children, I would say, you know what? Fuck the government. I'm on Nick's side. I hope he beats the case, you know? Because it's like, honestly, who's the worst person in all of this? It's not Aaron Imholte. It's the fucking government.
The blacks.
I'm going to disagree. I think Aaron's worse than the government.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
See, that would be the good title for the next show, Derek. Is Aaron Imholte worse than the U.S. government?
I don't mean that either. So.
But I mean, we could dissect it.
Are we spitballing? Are we spitballing titles for the next show? Is that what this show is?
Yeah, sure. Why not? 2 birds.
Monday show is the show where we spitball Wednesday's title. Yes.
Well, if Aaron really does go live, Wednesday's show is going to be very fun.
There's going to be 1 million people in that show.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Every show that day will be definitely covering that. I hope to God he goes live. And Lemmy, oh yeah, speaking of that, Lemmy, you go up against Steel Toe every day. So I can imagine that exactly that's probably something you would want is to snipe stream.
Snipe.
I'm absolutely going to be doing that.
Absolutely.
That sounds good.
Without further ado, welcome to the stream. Keanu C. Thompson, how are you doing this evening?
I am well. How are you, darlings?
Awesome.
What's up, Keanu?
Welcome. We got just like a minute or 2 more. We're just listening to the Nick Rekieta phone call into Melty today, and I do believe you were there listening as well, right?
I sure was. You can look up Lemmy Limmertons. It's all right. Good to see you, darling. Hi.
Oh, I was rolling a joint. Calm down.
Oh, okay. No, I'm perfectly calm. Very cool of you. Okay.
Very, very cool with you. All right. That's my impersonation that Lemmy's going to
I did watch
keep
this.
doing it.
Yes, of course I watched it. And quite interesting.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, my partner Moody wants me to tell you.
Whoa! Did you guys just catch that? My partner Moody? Wait a minute. Are we calling the wrong people gay? Hold on. Flip that, somebody. My partner. No, have you ever called one of your friends? Leaving you ladies off to the side here for a second. Me and Adam are going to have a conversation. Adam, have you ever called one of your friends partner?
Sure, all the time. Totally heterosexual behavior.
Actually, Keanu, you have experience with gay folks. Do they not usually call their significant others partners?
Well, I would say that Melty here works with Moody, so that's why he calls him his partner. But it can also be that they're
Clint Eastwood partner in Paint Your Wagon. Is that gay?
What's that?
You got me
Lee
there,
Marvin,
buddy.
totally ungay, calls
Right.
Clint Eastwood, totally not gay, partner in the movie Paint Your Wagon.
Hey, partner.
he
Yes,
say
it's a
howdy
very
before, partner?
cowboy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't say.
No,
yeah,
also,
Adam
like,
got- yeah.
isn't it in oh my God, American Beauty? This is my partner, and he's like, oh, where'd you guys serve? Right? Like, he's your partner in what? Or what do you guys work together? He's like, no, this is my gay partner. So it can mean very many things. I don't think Moody. I highly doubt that Mahum, Hikmet, and Melty are boning. That's all I'm saying. I highly doubt that. I think that
he does
means,
go to his
like,
house to visit.
they
So
work
I'll just
together,
throw that
yeah.
out there. They do hang out in real life. So hey,
And if
hey,
they are boning, then more power to them. Good for them. Good
more
on
power
them.
bottom to them. Yes, absolutely. That's a good way to say it. All right, let's finish this off.
You have to get on Super Tip. We're pitching you on Super Tip, and you have to join up, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, seriously, send it to me on Twitter. I'm not opposed to hearing it.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate you taking the time. I know you don't have to do that. I'm a nobody.
Nah, you're good. You're good, man. Talk to
Appreciate
you
it.
later.
Thank you, Nick Rekieta, everybody. Nick Rekieta, the real Nick Rekieta. I don't think that was a AI, but I'm not sure. James Bomber with $100 super tip. See, so how it works, Nick, is this is a super tip, not a super chat.
All right. We don't need to be explained. So the way it works is you get to keep 90% of it, and and they keep 10%. So math is good, even if women don't understand it. We'll explain it to you later if you didn't understand what I just said about numbers.
What about the internet? Do women understand that?
I can explain the internet to you, but instead of me explaining it to you, I have someone that invented it here on the show today and actually wrote the handbook for it now.
I know
Al
she
Gore?
did. She invented it. She's right here.
That's good
I'm
times,
about to
good
cancel
times.
porn if you don't leave me alone.
I'm sorry. What
Fucking
was
shut
that,
shit
darling?
down. Said I'm going to shut down porn if you guys don't leave me alone.
Wow.
Uh-oh,
And
here we
Wikipedia.
go. Here we go. Nice podcast, stupid. Deb and Dan, right? Dan, I got that. Hey, Keanu, who you backstabbing this week for clout?
I don't backstab. I just I call it as I see it. That's all.
Fair enough.
That's all I can do.
Yeah, I was watching the Stacey Pressman stuff. I did have some questions about that, but before we get into that, I guess we have other stuff to discuss. I did see you went onto the pretty antisocial podcast earlier
Love
today.
those gals. Love those gals.
I was watching that today. That was good.
They don't. I don't think they even realize like that I do watch them because they are harsh on me, and one more than the other. I can't remember either.
The redhead Haley does seem to have a
she's harsh
little
on me,
more.
but I don't.
Go
Yeah,
at
I don't
you.
mind that. Yeah, she's a tough ass bitch, and I don't mind that at all. But I was glad that they let me on. I felt that I made them laugh a little bit, and maybe they don't hate me as much as they thought. That's all.
And I think like their major gripe towards you is that you just sat next to Aaron after some of the information started coming out, and maybe that you didn't get out of there quick enough.
What here's the thing that I tried to explain to them. All of you, literally all of you, and them, and everybody in this space. I just call it like I see it. All right. And I knew those people. It's all shades of gray, and these are real, actual relationships that we all had. So like, it's very difficult. Like from an outsider looking in, it's very easy to say, well, I would have done this. I would have immediately done this. Well, it's not always that easy. And you know what? I'm a human being doing the best that I can. But if you ask me, I think Aaron's the worst of all of them. But
Yeah,
took
well,
me-
I mean, like Gino said, yeah. So here's Slapjaw Timothy Smallwood, $2. Keanu, where's that Swede Bisconte snoozing? Question mark.
he actually is. He's down on. He's smoking a cigar downstairs. So he may be back upstairs. So
do you guys have the same place now, or do you guys still have your own?
yes, we do live together now.
Oh, okay,
as
cool.
we are betrothed. But
You're not just
Betrothed?
visiting.
And headed towards a imminent wedding on the
our
October 13th,
impending
correct?
nuptials. Yes, exactly. But yeah, he's downstairs smoking a cigar. So
All right, so this is what I wanted to start with, and actually, this is kind of
oh, there he is.
prescient. Yes, yeah. Where's Gino? Gino's here with us, not in spirit, but on the video. I didn't send Gino the link. I figured if he wanted to join, that's a possibility. That's up to you. But we mainly wanted to get the story out of you, Keanu. But whatever, it's gonna almost seem like I'm grilling Gino through you, but that's not what I'm attempting to do. So I just wanted to watch some of the show from today. And
Perfectly fine.
so Gino, I know how Gino is. Typically he'll hear something, he'll get all fired up, and then he'll be like, where's that link? You're fucking dead, Quad. You're a dead man. You're gonna get it. I know Gino.
So now we're all talking to Artie's sister Stace, but she's gonna give Artie my love. So while I'm doing that, I'm like, I realize like everyone is coming down on me because I'll say it again, and I never got to this. Okay. And then I'll bring her in. I have no sympathy for any of the four people. Okay. And the person that I didn't like first was that boy, Aaron. And don't get me wrong. We were nothing but good to Aaron and April Imholte. And then fucking they started hanging out with people that were shit. And despite how nice me and Keanu were to them, they fucking dragged us into their shit. Okay. And Aaron is a piece of shit. And then we'll get to Stacy, but listen to this, Stacy. This is fun. Imholte's a piece of shit. Okay. Aaron Imholte's a piece of shit. But the other three are just huge. They're the bigger pieces of shit now. Okay. Because like, look, we've all been in relationships, normal ones where you're hooking up with a girl or a dude and you sext each other. And when you send the picture, you trust that. In fact, I remember, Stacy, the only time I ever mentioned I had a naked picture was this weird guy, Teddy. And Teddy's like, oh, Gino told me. Oh, and that's what creeps do.
All right. Well, before we get into the Stacey Pressman part of it, I did want to ask you, when did Gino decide that he hated Aaron's guts? Because he almost made it sound like when you guys invited him to the wedding that he didn't want anything to do with that in the first place. Like he was like iffy on that whole situation.
The other misconception is that they were not only invited, they were a groomsman and a bridesmaid. And I said, I want April as a bridesmaid. You may as well ask Aaron to be a groomsman. And Gino was like, really? Ugh, I really don't want that. But I'm like, well, what? This is back when they were together, still married, way back when. Right?
Yeah.
We had no idea that this was back before the well, I guess they might have been in the polycule when they read the the little stuff that they sent them. We sent them to ask them to be a groomsman and a bridesmaid in our wedding. But Gino did not want him as a groomsman. I'm like, what are we gonna? I'm like, I'm going to have April as a bridesmaid and then Aaron's just going to stand there with his dick in his hand. Like, well, you can't do that. And like, like at that time we thought they were still together and not, trading spouses or what have you. So,
It's my favorite show on TLC.
Trading
Spaces.
Or was it E?
So, wife swap.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but no, that was my idea because, I was close with April and and that's what I wanted. Little did we know what the fuck was going on. So yeah,
is there a chance that April still ends up at your wedding? I know obviously Aaron is SOL in that situation. Is there a chance in hell?
there's no chance in hell that I don't think that April would want to come, even if she doesn't want to be involved with like anything.
But you guys are separated. You guys have separated from Aaron just like she has. So I don't know. Like that's why I was curious if it was a possibility. So.
There's another thing that I guess I could say that I'm not going to say.
Say
what?
it, please.
Say what Peter Sky Parker is going to say. April can't come. Can't come. Not with Aaron. I'm sorry. We're doing sex jokes here. No, you have to say everything. You have to say everything, Keanu. It's mandatory. If you come on BYB, you have to spill the beans and your gut.
Wedding wise, I'm not gonna I don't think April wants to come. I think April is.
Oh, trust
me. I'll tell
April
you of April.
Here's
what I'll tell you of April. She does not want to be talked about on the internet anymore. And that is what would come with coming to our wedding, and that is what comes with and yes, of course, we're sitting here talking about her right now, but I don't think she would want to come if that were the case. But she certainly, you know what? If April on her own showed up at my wedding, I'd be all right with it. But I don't think that she would never. She knows, let's just leave it alone. That's the thing. Aaron,
yeah, I mean, from what I've seen so far since they broke up, she does seem to be a let bygones be bygones type of a lady. She only got a hold of you after she saw, that whatever, maybe you were taking Aaron's side and things were being said that weren't true, and she wanted to clarify it and make sure that that wasn't the case.
And again, I was not. We weren't taking Aaron's side. We didn't know what was going on. Again, and Aaron put us in a very funny fucking position. Again, he called us. We didn't know. We don't watch everything that goes on the internet. We didn't know why we hadn't heard from April. And then all of a sudden he calls us fucking crying. Again, I don't know how many times I can fucking say this. And he tries to get us on his side.
What's up, Frankie?
Hi, Frankie.
I'm doing great to her. Hi, Keanu. Hi, Lemmy. Hi, Adam. Hi, Quad Father.
Hello, Frankie.
Gino has taken Labor Day off, and Gino will be back doing the podcast tomorrow.
Yes, yes, he will.
Actually, Frankie, he just got done doing a podcast today, buddy. He did an emergency broadcast or whatever, a Labor Day Fun Day podcast, something like that.
And Labor Day was today.
Frankie,
yes, sir.
Are you singing tonight? Where are you?
I'm at Dooley's right now.
Yes.
We've been watching all your videos. We saw your new siren video you did the other day. That's wonderful, Frankie.
A helicopter video.
Yes, helicopter. And Anthony Cumia, he even commented on it. He said he felt like he was at Black Hawk Down. It's almost like he was right in the movie. That's what he said.
Things are great so far. Even Anthony Cumia committed the video.
Yes,
that's right. Yeah, you're getting that Anthony Cumia rub. You're going to be back on Tosh 2.0 before you know
guess it. What? The Gino Piscante's podcast will be back in the studio before you know it.
That's
right. Brick and Morty.
Not true.
As MLC said.
Gino Piscante, Chrissy Mayer, and all the former Compound Media guys will be back in it. Garrett and Steve will become the boss.
Wow.
Frankie, so you're coming to our wedding, right?
I'll be on Zoom. That means that Gino will start the stream here for the Gino's wedding.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to Zoom into the wedding?
A StreamYard.
No, but we bought you a flight, Frankie. Frankie, we bought you a flight.
You got him. You got him. Yes, he cannot receive any gifts, but you can give him a gift certificate to the A&W. If anybody wants to send him a gift certificate to A&W, he will accept those. He does appear to love the Grandpa Burger, so buy him those. Lots of them.
Love him. Adore him.
Yeah, so as far as the attempted porn bombing, so you were monitoring the MLC situation today during your during Gino's podcast. You guys were trying to get him with the I hate N-words. I saw that. Tricky.
We're not trying to get him with it, but
Well, what were you trying to do then? You guys, come on. You were trying to nail him.
That's Gino's stream, not me. I'm saying he's streaming, snipe streaming you.
Yes.
Here he is. You may as well. That's all.
Yes. But you were monitoring MLC off screen, and then I get it.
I always watch MLC, and listen, I was a longtime guest on Misery Loves Company and Burning Bridges. I was. So I was watching it as I always do, and I said, he's snipe streaming you. You may as well
try to fuck with him. I like it. I like the move. I'm for it. I have no love for fucking Kevin Brennan at this point. I still think he's funny.
Oh my God,
I still enjoy watching his show, but he is a
would
piece of
love
shit.
it. If we got him, he would have laughed his ass off. Okay, please stop.
It just happened from the WATP or whatever, the DabbleCon 2. So he's used to it. He's been bombed before. He's over it. Yeah, Brick. So Gino went into Gas Digital today, and I heard him talking about being back at a like brick and mortar situation, an actual place with a studio. And
I actually did not hear him on Gas Digital today because I was doing Kiki in the morning. But that's his thing. But you know what? He's figuring it out. All right, so.
When I saw him in his studio today, I was like, right on, man. That's cool. And I saw Sabrina Piper, who never gets back to me, you shithead. Her and there's that other
I'll
lady.
put in a good word.
Yes, do. We like boobs. I mean, we like Sabrina. Naklo 2.0, member for 5 months. How much money to get Keanu off the stream?
No,
$5.
Jeez.
I know. The hate is listen, bring it on, please. Give them money.
Throw me a hundo and Keanu's gotta go.
Higher than that. You're worth more than that. You could get so much hate. People hate me. Look at this woman staring at me. She hates me so much. She would give probably 200.
Know your value, Derek.
No, we used to do 300 to boot Stevie Lou. So I guess that's actually the correct number, isn't it?
Lemmy Lemertons would probably give 300 right now.
Doing literally this entire time. So I've been paying absolutely no attention to you whatsoever.
Oh, that's why you don't speak ever.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is why that fake rated veto was hearing clicking, and I was totally gaslighting.
To be fair, though, Mario 3 is pretty cool. That's Mario 3, right?
Super Mario World.
Oh, okay. Shows how much I know. I was a Sega kid growing up.
I don't think I played that one. Maybe I did. I don't remember.
What are you doing? A speed run? Or style?
I wanted to play some old school Nintendo games just for.
Oh, I played that. Yeah. Ozone, $5. Keanu, are you concerned about Gino's lack of income in advance of the wedding? Unlike John DiCaprio, who has a job and could provide for a family. Is he trying to sell you off to John DiCaprio? That's what it sounds like here.
You all act like maybe I don't have an income. How about that? I was never with Bisconti for his income. Maybe I just love him. So
he's not flat broke. Don't believe everything Red Bar says.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, and that is something Stacy said today, and whatever. I believe the same thing. Seeing you guys together many moons ago, I said that right off the bat, and I don't know if you remember that, but I used to say that. Like, I was surprised you guys weren't together already in the first place when you were on the show with Pat Dixon and Bob Levy, and I watched that show, and I was like, well, why are you guys just hooking up? Why aren't you together? It was like you guys actually.
We were both with like awful people, and then when we
even worse,
found ourselves when we found ourselves single, we went, oh my God, why aren't we with each other? And I'm sorry, we fell madly in love. Didn't think we would, but I take it back. I knew it was always him. So
Aw.
Perfectly fine. I really did. I knew it was always him.
I'm not mocking you. I love wholesome stuff like this.
No, it
Gay.
very gay of us.
Yeah, straight love, marriages, very gay stuff.
I'm a romantic.
Adam,
I can appreciate a good love story, a good happy
No.
ending.
It
Happily
is.
ever after.
We weren't with the right people, but I knew it was always Visconti. So
Adam likes good love stories like Aaron Imholte and Nick Rekieta had.
Yeah, that's a fairy tale.
Yeah, fairy.
Total
Yeah, a
Match
couple
made in
fairies.
heaven.
Couple fairies for sure there. Okay.
I love
Keanu.
Mario Paint Laundry Room. All 3 solid games, dude. Mario Paint was the fucking best because you had a mouse. It was pretty fucking cool.
that sounds cool.
Very, very cool. Ronnie Munn Jr., aka Eric Sean, $2. Adam, I have the watermelon farts. Any advice?
I'm not
Don't eat
qualified to
watermelon.
give advice. Listen, I'm not a doctor.
Don't eat watermelon.
They're gonna ask that when Dr. Steve comes in. You guys having Dr. Steve on anytime soon?
I'm thinking about it.
Watermelon farts.
Oh, it's watermelons are full of fluids. Yeah,
And seeds. They can disrupt your colon.
Yeah, but you can tie off your colon and it'll just fall out. So.
Is there a reference there that's going over my head? Watermelon farts. I'm not up on all this.
No, I guess if you have the watermelon farts, maybe that's a lot like tit farts. I don't know.
I don't know if they're just being silly or if that's like some kind of code.
How about
Why do
those
you
tit
look like
farts?
you've been crying, Adam? Like, or do you have pink eye, or like, do you just look like a?
I've been
like
out. I've been out in the sun today. I've been out in the sun today.
You look like you have double pink eye, or that you're just an emotional guy. I'm
My
not
eyes
sure.
are a little puffy, but I am a little emotional. But you know what? Don't judge me. I got a big heart, okay?
I love that.
huge
Me
erection.
too. Me too,
Yeah.
Adam. I agree. Okay, just making sure that like it's
It's okay. No,
okay. You didn't sleep on like a fart pillow on both sides. You turned it over or something.
No.
Yeah, you look very
no watermelon
emotional
fart pillows
or-
for this guy.
Okay, good.
All right, back to the things I want to talk about. Damn it. This is, yeah. No, so really, Gino, did he always kind of think that Aaron was a nerd, like from the time he met him and just didn't really like relate? Or like, where was the point where like Gino was like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. I'm done.
To
Like,
start with, before the first time we flew to Minnesota,
yeah.
I watched a stream of his and I called Gino. It was back when I was living apart from Gino, and I said, I don't think this guy likes women very much. He was like, what do you want me to do? We're going there tomorrow. I'm like, I'm just saying, he seems like sort of a misogynist. And then we flew there. We ended up having the best time with those two. The best time. There was no, I mean, honestly, we couldn't have had a better time. We went there again.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't have gone back to the football game if you didn't enjoy the fucking
exactly.
anniversary show.
There was nothing other than that. So yes, people can say that, yeah, we met them twice, but we really did have the best time with them. When all this came out after Aaron called us and said, what everybody's been saying on the internet is true, because we hadn't heard from honestly either of them in months after they did that stream where they opened our like little gifts, like to tell them like, would you be stand up for our wedding? We really hadn't heard from them until Aaron called us. I got a text. It said, can you guys talk? And he called us like crying, like, everybody is true. April's addicted to coke. Can you guys and we're getting divorced. Can you guys please like be on the show for a while? Keanu do Thursdays. We're like, okay. So then it was a downfall from that. And as the more and more Aaron like gave us a little bit of information and a little bit of a truth, and then there's a lie, and then there's a truth, Gino was pissed off at him and more disgusted with him even before I was, because I have like a bleeding heart. I'm like, well, he got cucked out of his life, I guess. Like, you know, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Gino was like, no, fuck this. Like, this is ridiculous. So then it took until that DV stuff that came out and him putting words in my mouth, like his sort of
that was like your ending with him.
It's very triggering to me, that domestic violence stuff and that sort of like security blanket. Well, Keanu is a woman. I'm like, no, don't put words in my mouth. I'm not your domestic violence fucking security blanket. That's what really, when I went, no, fuck this. But Gino was the first one that was just like, I don't like how much he's enjoying this. This is really
no, I mean, we kind of at this point, like, everybody kind of knows that part of it. I would assume even people in the audience, for the most part, understand that.
I honestly kind of agree with that.
I was just curious, like, Gino's mindset, like, the entire time. If he just thought the guy was a fucking weirdo, like, if he had said that in private to you, obviously he talks to you about everything. So I didn't know how far back the fuck Aaron thing went.
Gino was, we liked them both equally. I was the first to say, I don't think this guy is like kind of like on the up and up, but we went there and we liked them both equally until all this shit happened. Honestly, we had no problems with either of them. Nothing. So
fair enough. Okay, so did Aaron send you guys one picture?
He's here. Sorry.
One picture or two pictures?
No, one. And not me.
Gino. To Gino.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
How quickly did Gino delete the picture? Did he delete it right away, or
he showed it to you and then deleted it?
Exactly what you saw. Basically, I was sitting in the background on the thing.
Yeah, we could hear you.
Yeah, he sent it, and and then Gino was like, okay. I guess I like tattoos more than I think I do. Stream ends. And I said, what was that? And I saw it on his phone. He went, what the fuck is this? He said, I told you. He is trying to bro out with me and I want nothing to fucking do with this. Showed me, deleted it. That was it. And I talked about it on my stream. Of course they heard that. And then
here we are. We got charges. Yeah. No.
And that's well within their right. I'm glad that they did do that. That's great.
Especially when you're pissed off at someone that's totally fucking with your entire life and snitched you out in the first place. I really can't blame any of them for like whatever, having hard feelings towards the guy. That's just how life works, right?
No, he's so fucking dumb. What did he think was going to happen? What does he think?
He did it on live air.
He did it live on the air. I say this once, I'll say it again. I can't imagine what his neighbors think of him. He always says that his neighbors love him. Why don't you send them some nudies then?
Yeah.
All right? Not live on the air to Gino, who, of course, is going to... Right.
I mean, like, how many times do you think someone has sent a nudie of a person that probably didn't want the picture sent around and been like, oh, dude, check out this chick. Like, it's happened 10 billion zillion times in the United States in the last year that someone did exactly that. But no one was stupid enough to do it live on air with people watching that want to take you out. Like, a million guys have got away with that exact fucking thing. But no one was dumb enough to be like, oh, let's do this live on air so everyone can watch. It's amazing.
Right. And he just thought that Gino was the one to be like, oh, yeah, that's cool, bro. It's not cool. It's not.
Not
cool.
No,
not good. Not good. So.
Yeah. So, okay. Back to the, he told you guys that April was there. Like right off the bat.
Who did?
Aaron told you guys that Aaron was still in the house. April was still in the house right after he was like booted out of the polycule, and you guys were still hanging out with him, and he hadn't quite. He didn't call you guys and spaz out till the arrest happened, correct?
No. he called us before the arrest happened.
Right.
Way
like right
before.
after he got booted from the polycule, right?
Yes.
Or was she already gone? Did you guys know that she was gone?
And I said, where's April? Like, what's going on with April? You know, like, so I don't know the timeline of like all of that stuff, but no, she was there. I guess she's been there probably but again, I don't know. So I only have to go off of what Aaron told us. But then when I hear from April, it's not like she's telling me where she's living. And when I hear from Nick, it's like I don't really approve with them all still being together, but they seem healthy and happy. That's all.
Yeah.
So
No, I was just kind of curious because, like, I know pretty antisocial ladies were giving you a bad time today, and then I had some other thoughts, and it was like, Aaron, March 31st is the day that Easter was this year, and that's the day that he got the boot from the polycule. So that is the last day that he was actually with the three of them. And I know you guys started doing the podcast with them in April at some point, mid-April, I'm guessing. So I was just curious, like,
yeah. And again, we don't know what's going on. We're like, all right, I guess, you know, I saw maybe a couple of like streams of like people talking about this stuff. And I'm like, well, April's not like high or something. Like, that's crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then Aaron's like, it's all true. She's addicted to drugs and we're getting a divorce. And then that's when we started like doing the thing. And we're like, okay, all right. We're just trying to be there for the both of them. Whenever April wants to come to us and talk to us, that'd be fine too. Like, so yeah.
No, like, and whatever. Okay. So I know that. So when you guys found out that April was not in the house and that part of it was a lie, like, wasn't that enough of a lie to be like, all right, this guy's, he's just been lying to us and he's a piece of shit?
Which one?
Aaron. Yeah. Like when you guys were.
You mean she's not in the house like at Aaron?
Yeah, she lied to you guys. Yeah,
no,
he was lying to you.
We knew nothing about that. We didn't know about that. He called us.
So everything he was saying on air, you guys weren't up to date on? Like,
we weren't watching his show. We never watched it. We never watched it until we were on it. So like when he was saying like what he was cooking candied bacon, or she was cooking candied bacon upstairs. Is that what you're talking about?
Like I was just trying to figure out, like, because his entire audience was buffaloed into thinking she was still around in the house.
Oh no, we had no idea. That's way before we ever like. All we knew was all of a sudden Aaron called us and said, "Everything on the internet is true." Blah blah blah. We before that we had no fucking idea. We didn't know where she was because we weren't like keeping up with them. We're planning a fucking wedding. Like we weren't like keeping up with whether or not April is in his house. We just assumed that they were still together. That's all. Like,
nice podcast, stupid. $2. Hey Keanu, pick a story and stick with it, sweetie.
Damn, my man.
Sweetie. Oh, that's kind of like Aaron says, the sweetie thing on the end.
I that's all I do.
Oh, honey. Oh, sweet.
I have an actual story, and I am
we're going through it right now as we speak, right? Kind of. All right. Well, just switching gears. I was just kind of curious about that. That was the only question I had.
Yes, like, I get what you mean now, but the dates I was a bit confused about.
Yeah, like I just thought, like they were giving you a bad time. Like, how come you didn't see that he was full of shit and blah blah blah? And then I was like, yeah, well, the dates are kind of weird because like
we didn't watch his show.
I was like, how did you not know that he had been saying like she's around, she's in the house, she's here, and then all of a sudden they're like, he was like, hey, I need you guys' help. Everything they said was true, and you were like, you could have been like, oh. Well, you're fucking lying to me now because you said April was at the house and she's been around. It's like, well, that would have been a really good sign.
We would have, if we had watched it, but we don't wake up every morning and watch Steel Toe's show. All of a sudden, like it was right when she had left when she called us, and when he called us, when he called us, like that's
foreshadowing.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
fair enough. Okay, how do you feel that you might end up having to go to Minnesota to testify in this fucking revenge porn thing? Now, like, you guys are caught up in it because you're the witnesses for a possible trial. I don't know if they would do it by Zoom, but obviously you may have to be right there, front and center in Aaron's face, telling the story again.
You get to meet Ethan Ralph.
Actually, possibly.
Yeah, lucky you.
Listen, I doubt that will happen. All I can do and all Gino can do, all we can do is tell the truth. This is the
no, I
photo,
just like
blah,
you
blah,
might
blah.
be
Like,
drugged
they're
to
not
Minnesota
gonna-
to have
they're
to
gonna-
tell
do
the
you think
truth.
they're really gonna fly us out? No. I mean, if we have to do it over Zoom,
I would
would
guess-
rather not go to Minnesota. But if I have to go to Minnesota, I will wear a very chic, very cool outfit, and I will tell the truth. And that's that. Like
a sequin dress like April has. Go to some art shows, possibly. No, if you did go out to Minnesota, would you hang out with April?
No, well, listen, I would hope that Aaron just fucking atones and just goes, all right, yes, I did this, and atoes, and just calls it a day. That's all. But if we have to go out to Minnesota, fine. Gavin.
Yeah,
it's probably a worse punishment than 3 years in prison having to go to Minnesota.
Ugh. God, Minnesota.
Gavin is my boy. Actually, he just interviewed this guy from South Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina, right, Kiki? He was gonna go do a comedy show with Alex Stein at the South Carolina University, and they're trying to do the same shit they did at Penn State and block him from being out there and having fun, because they don't like to do that at universities anymore. Apparently, they don't like jokes.
USC, my brother went there.
SCU, South Carolina. I guess that's what it is. Maybe it is USC. I might be stupid.
Gamecocks, USC. Yeah.
I don't think it's Gamecocks. It might not be. I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, he did interview someone and put them totally in their place. And as we know, Gavin McGinnis, he's quite the debater, the master debater.
Lemmy, are you winning?
I think you're always winning if you're playing Mario Brothers, right, guys? Like, it's fun. It's actually, like, I get into just watching it because it is fun.
As long as you're enjoying the game.
Life is a game. Life is but a game, indeed. Now, you can keep playing that. Leave it on the screen. All right. He told you guys he was there. Let's get into the Pressman stuff. Actually, I got to knock your shit off screen. That's fine.
I'm kind of enjoying this.
Yeah, I know. It's it does kind of grab your attention. All right, let's do the Gino thing here. What are the other? Oh, okay. One more question about Aaron before we just absolutely move on. Do you think that there's anything else about Aaron or stuff that he's done that might come out in the future? I know a lot of speculation and most of it's jokes, but not necessarily jokes about him. Did he ever seem homosexual to you? I mean, he's got
Loaded
those
question,
fucking wrists.
yes.
He's got those. He's got them moobs. I don't know. Maybe.
No.
You never wanted to like go shopping with him or anything like that?
Like gay in the lame sense, maybe. Gay in the like.
Okay, so did he slap
maybe?
Gino's ass? Was he constantly playing slap ass with Gino and like?
He has
putting his
been
hands
quite
on him?
obsessed with Gino, but not in a gay way. Yeah.
So he never offered to buy him a Baldo or nothing too obscene, nothing untoward.
Nothing very untoward. No, nothing like that.
Untoward, indeed.
I love your catchphrases, by the way.
Why? Thank you, darling.
But yeah, a lot of people give you a shit. How do you feel about that? People trashing your persona that you put on for the podcast, like the untoward. Your transatlantic is what you called it before.
The transatlantic
It's like
accent.
very
I
Katharine
welcome
Hepburn.
it. I welcome it. Trash me
Bring
all
the
you
hate.
want.
Bring the
Bring
hate.
it on.
Insignificance.
Bring it on.
All right, so we'll play a little bit more of this Pressman deal. I did have a couple more questions. Sorry, Lemmy.
Let me reach out to Artie's sister. That's just to check in on him,
All
you
right.
know.
I got to
and
fast
check on
forward
him,
a little bit.
you know. And then, and this might have been the confusing part when you when you were coming on off stage. Look, it's Stacy. That was Keanu. There you go.
Hi, Stacey. I miss you. Good to see you.
It's the fake Keanu, the real one. So
Fake geeky.
So I'm sitting there, and
The real Kiki.
I text you, and I'm like, oh my god, like it'd be so funny to have Ron because, and this is the thing I was talking about, like, I don't know if you know this, but there's like you know, like Kevin Brennan does a show now, and you did it once. It's called Misery Loves Company, and it's just like, and yeah, it's like like, and I remember watching. You're like, what are you doing? Like
Cameron's
you're just
bouncing
watching,
around
like
all over the
he's
place.
hilarious, but he's just miserable.
He-
You know, which is
He was drinking whiskey, having a good time.
No, his camera, but her camera too. This is nauseating.
Oh, the bouncing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gino must have had his laptop on a moving desk today because it was bouncing quite a bit. That's the case, Keanu.
Sorry, what's that? His camera?
Yeah, it was bouncing around a lot.
Hers is really bouncing all over the place, though.
I think
I'm
she's
one to
holding
talk,
hers.
but yeah, clearly.
All right. Thanks a lot, Adam. You fucking threw me off, you autistic weirdo. By
I'm happy
bringing
to
up
help,
these
Derek,
weird
anytime.
facts yeah, okay. Yeah,
It's
that's
okay
what
to
I
make
was,
fun of my disability, though.
That's what I was here to talk about was freaking bouncy cameras, you jerk. Why don't you fix your audio while you're at it? Peter Sky Parker's sick of you. And your
Never.
shitty
No,
audio.
I have to apologize to Peter Sky Parker because he was 100% right about my audio the other day. You were the one who was fucking
100%.
with me by telling me it was fine.
100%.
Yeah, Shuli over here.
All right. I completely forgot what I was going to say. So we'll just move
Someone in the chat just said the disability of being a Jew. That's a good one.
just
I
fine.
haven't watched. I haven't. I mean, I used to go on all the.
Yeah. So my other thing was Stacey Pressman said that MLC was too toxic to go on. Kevin Brennan apparently was trying to get her on recently so that she would break the revenge porn story. This
And
was
look,
like
Stacey Pressman's a good friend of ours, and she has completely fucking debunked that. Like, no, that's absolutely not true. So,
not true.
I mean, it is. It's completely untrue. So sorry, everybody.
Gino's giving the finger.
Yeah. No, I noticed that. Yeah, I stopped it. Perfecto.
On all the time. I haven't heard from Kevin in a while.
It's well, he's lost his mind, but Stacey, he's killing. Like he
Good for
started
Kevin.
a whole thing. He's leader of the Dabbleverse, which is
All right, that's not what
just
we
start
want.
lies about people. Now, this is what led me to reach out to you. Do you want to know the lie? One of the many lies.
Yeah, I mean that is a good sign that she showed up to Gino's show and not to MLC. So there you go. That's for starters. She chose you guys over Kevin.
Yeah.
And I've always been a big fan of Stacey all the way back. She's a good egg, as Ray DeVito would say. But I enjoyed her on Compound Media when she used to go on there a lot. And Kevin Brennan, I remember Kevin Brennan and the first time Alex Stein ever came into Compound Media, and she was there. Very good show. I called in. I was a caller.
Is going
big
on
time.
with me. Remember, apparently, Alex Engelbert. Remember that sane, normal woman?
No comment. Me and Kiki have no comment.
Remember the
Where's my
time?
girl? Where's my girl Kiki? Because we were.
Yeah, so Alex Engelbert, I know she started this whole revenge porn thing up. Where did that start from? And do you have any idea, or is that just all absolutely bullshit? 100%.
She's a known lunatic.
I'm aware of that. I remember the days when she was a well-known lunatic for the In Hot Water days that she was recently
That woman,
broke up
yeah.
from Gino.
Before I was with Gino, I'm not even gonna. I'll talk about this on my show. I'm not even gonna give you the
How
lore
dare you not give me the goods?
of what a fucking lunatic she is. But yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
fair
lunatic.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
She's asking for you, Keanu.
my only argument is, and we don't even have to play this anymore. This is kind of a waste of time to show it. But yeah, Pressman, Gino grilled her in his usual Gino way, how he grills folks. And then Pressman, she definitely said, yes, absolutely. You've never sent pictures to other people, et cetera, et cetera. And my only point is, how would you know if you sent people pictures? How would you know that they didn't send it to someone else and you just were unaware of it? Like, it's kind of hard to prove a negative, is being my point.
Yeah.
Like, I know she can say, like, yes, Gino, you never sent a picture to anybody, but like, you can't prove that.
Well, look, if you look back at the stream, they both talk about it. Are her nudes floating around everywhere? No.
But he could have
they're
sent
not.
the nudes to people that were good friends that didn't send it or bring up the story ever again. Kind of back to my point, like in the beginning, like obviously this happens billions of times a year.
Isn't a picture of your dick floating around somewhere?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, little quad lives. Quad lives.
Right.
But that's not revenge porn. That's just me sending dick pics.
So Aaron Imholte, live on the air, sending an unwanted photo of Kayla.
No, we're talking about Gino.
To Gino.
No, we're talking about Gino and the Pressman Alex Engelbert thing. I'm not saying
Alex
that Gino
Engelbert,
did it.
Then come out and prove it. Come out and prove it.
Yeah, fair enough. But you
Come
know
out
what I
and
mean?
prove
Like
it, Alex.
you can't prove a negative though. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have to find the guy that he sent it to, unless that guy had already made the point that happened.
Alex just hates us both, and she's a lunatic.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
This is what she does.
Yes.
She literally knocked my block off like 5 years ago before I was with Gino even. Like she's a known.
Oh, she punched you?
Yeah. Like
is that the incident at the comedy club thing?
Yeah. She's a known fucking lunatic. Okay. This is what she does. She's like a truffle pig. She sniffed out my wedding registry. This is what exactly she does. So she's miserable in her own life. Gino never sent out photos of her. Sorry, he didn't. I'm sorry. I guess, you know what, Alex? Prove it. Prove it if he did. Stacey Pressman came right on the stream, right? Didn't she? So justice for Stacey.
No, I agree with that.
On.
And she's friends with you guys, etc. Right.
Well, no, I mean, she came right on and said, no, that's bullshit. Right. That's insane. So anybody else, whatever. I'm sorry. Revenge porn is not a nice thing to do.
No, I would absolutely agree with that. All right. Just a couple more questions. How do you feel about the amount of slander that I don't even know that it amounts to slander or at least just bad mouthing the Aaron. You, Aaron, and Gino did towards the Rekietas in April. Are you still comfortable with sitting next to Aaron while he was bashing them, knowing what you know now? How does your view of that change? Because they're still pieces of shit as far as you're concerned, just as well as they were back when you found out about that stuff.
Gino and I differ from this. I think they're all lunatics, but I take up for April. And I think Aaron at this point is the worst of all of them. I'm glad for the Rekietas to have found their way back with their family. That's a really nice thing for me to know. Do I approve of April still hanging out with them? You know what? I'm very live and let live. I don't know. But Aaron is the one that needs to
atone
for his actions now. Okay.
Aaron Imholte did nothing wrong.
Oh, is that gonna
Team
be,
toe right here. Come on,
is that
somebody.
your campaign? Aaron
Well, wouldn't it be
Imholte,
interesting to have somebody on to give the defense? Like, it would just be interesting to hear their side. No,
Yeah, he'll get a lawyer, and then we will hear his side. And that is kind of why I was curious.
I mean, if
Here's
he's
the thing.
smart, he'll let the lawyer
I've
do the
heard
talking.
enough of his side. He always lies. All he does is lie. That's it. He lies. He gives a bit of a truth, and then he lies and lies and lies again, and manipulates and lies, and then just takes a victory lap online. So I don't know how you expect April and the like to feel when he's allowed to speak after, if they're guilty with all of this bullshit, he's fucking guilty. So that's the long and short of it to me. But
Judge
Yeah, I
Kiki.
mean, so I mean, you see April now. Does it seem like she's doing good comparatively? Like, do you think Aaron was beating her down and she's better off where she's at in the threesome that she's doing as it is? Because
here's the thing. It's not uncommon for a person who was in an abusive relationship, allegedly, to go to from that abusive relationship into another abusive relationship. And I'm not saying that they ever laid hands on her like Nick or anything, but they may be a little bit abusive in the mind manipulation. There can be two things: coercion, like sort of, and I don't know that for sure. But for her to have autonomy over her life, I don't blame her for going with the people that fucking she has been through a lot with Aaron.
Are you
And
were you gonna
maybe
say
she
like a
didn't-
Stockholm syndrome type situation?
She's been through a lot with Aaron, physically, mentally, from what we've heard and allegedly what she's told me. And I'm not gonna ever like say what she's texted me or what have you. Do I think it's a great thing that she's with the Reketas? Absolutely fucking not.
Does
But
it seem like she's
she
beat down
seems
from all
healthy.
this?
She seems happy. She
Okay.
seems all right. That's all.
All right.
So
Yeah, because everybody I ever talked to, and Johnny made this point the other day, like how helpful and bubbly and nice she always was, and for like Aaron just to sit there and like destroy her on every show every day, up to the point where he's going to be going to jail now. So
You're never going to win when you attack a woman like that, especially when it's a woman who's likable.
No.
Lance says Gino slept with Michaela. Wow, this is news. The Lance News Network's really breaking the news stories now, isn't it? Busted, Gino. And speaking of Gino, imagine defending a stupid cunt that's living with a man, her wife, and 5 children. God damn it. What about the children? And dragging me into it.
Children. I know. We disagree on this. I think we, Gino and I agree on one fact. They're all fucking lunatics. However, I got to take up for April a little bit because,
it's not a fake Gino. You lied, Gino Visconti. You're not a fake Gino. This fake Gino guy. Wow, you're busted. Busted. All right. No more fake people. No more fake Keanus. No more fake little Lemmys.
Fake
Stop
Kiki.
faking.
We love fake Kiki. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
No,
I know you
fake
guys like
Kiki is
fake
his
Ray
friend.
DeVito too, because I don't know who that guy is, but he can be funny at times.
Lemmy, can we get along now, or are you just gonna play your game and?
I'm fine. I don't hate you, Kiki. I thought your appearance on Pretty Antisocial Podcast today was really good, actually.
Me too.
Why, thank you,
I
darling.
hope the best for you, for real. Like, no bullshit.
She
I
hopes
hope
you
the
make
best
$1
for you
million.
as well. So is that why you're playing a game instead of looking at me, or?
I'm not interested in the slightest in what you're talking about. I feel like it's May.
I
still.
know you never
Oh.
are. I understand.
No,
Yes.
it's not that I never. I was interested back in May.
Until it's very.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
This has been said
until you
so
get
many
very,
fucking
very,
times.
very, you get very, very butthurt about
Bored.
the whatever the ways of the internet. I want to tell you,
I get
I
butthurt.
have no problem with you as well.
Yeah, everybody. That's my thing. That's what I'm known for. Is I get butthurt around here.
I think that
That's my
you
thing.
take things a little bit too seriously, darling.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
Cool beans.
Yes, you get very. I think you do. I think you take things a bit too seriously, and I think you were a bit harsh on me. Yes, I do think that.
I think you're an
So
adult.
keep playing your game to cope. That's okay. You want to
So
bring
we're
it back
going-
up so you can feel better? Bring up your game.
I didn't take it down.
Okay.
I don't need to. It's
Okay.
fine. People in the chat were enjoying it. I'm sorry, guys. Keanu doesn't
I was
want
enjoying it.
he just
No
doesn't think I was
disrespect to you,
professional.
Kiki, but I was enjoying
Sorry.
it. It's just my
Sorry,
autism.
guys.
I understand. I know. Do you feel like you have an inferiority complex, Lemmy?
She's still talking to me.
Is she still playing the game? You really can't. I mean,
Do I have an inferiority complex? I don't think
a
so.
bit, maybe. Yeah, that's what I always felt
Maybe.
like.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you do.
don't
I
know.
don't know.
This has gone
should
from court
I
TV
don't
to
have a game to
psychiatry.
play. I'm talking to
Well,
you.
Yeah.
Aaron Imholte did come on and say that when we were calling him out for putting
Did he?
for putting April into a bikini and putting her on screen. That's what he said also.
I don't know. Lemmy has a lot to say, and then she just doesn't. Then she just wants to play a little game and doesn't want to talk to me. That's
Sometimes
fine.
I don't have shit to say, Keanu. I don't fill air with nonsense.
Until-
sorry.
Oh, well, I'm asking you a very poignant question.
Oh,
That's really
that if you think I have an inferiority complex, yeah, okay.
Well,
No,
I don't know. Why can't you face it? Why can't you face me? Why can't you just say, "Hi, it's me, Lemmy. Let's speak
Hi,
about things."
I'm sorry that you need the validation so badly. Kiki, hello. Hi, Kiki.
I need no
Hi,
validation.
Kiki.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some shit that happened in May. Still, again, over and over and over and over again.
Pew, pew, pew,
God,
pew,
I'd rather play
pew.
Mario, please.
You'd rather play Mario.
Yes.
All right.
I have an
Wow.
inferiority complex. I'll admit.
No, I mean, I just because she was like, what gets me? She had so much to say. She had so much to say.
Yeah, and I
was
said
just-
it.
yeah.
I said it. I don't need to.
And now you
reiterate,
just
dude.
now it's just Mario. All
Did
right.
you
Lemmy
want me
is a
to
woman.
repeat it? Did you
She's
want
a
me to
woman of
repeat
few
everything
words.
I've
I'm just
already fucking
wondering. I'm
said?
just wondering. I'm just
Do I
wondering.
need
darling.
to?
No. I'm just wondering.
Thank fucking
Then-
God.
or maybe it's I'm not sure. All right. I'm just wondering. I thought maybe we could squash
calm
it.
down. Calm
No,
down.
no. I think the only thing that keeps you calm is this strange game, and I don't have the luxury of playing one. So
Oh, I'm sorry for your
You
luck.
should. It's fun.
I would if I could.
Just pull out a Game Boy and just start,
Quad said, I hope
The oldest game in the
that we could become friends, and that's all. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I definitely had the intention. I know the last time we were together was about the Clipper event, and that didn't go so hot. So I don't know, whatever. Bygones be bygones type thing. So that's definitely why I figured we'd have some questions to ask you, but also
Some
squash
rap.
the beef.
I'm
nice
trying to, and I just can't seem to do it. Well,
And I said, yeah. And I said, your appearance on Pretty Antisocial Podcast was great. And then you were like, bleh, let's start fighting about some nonsense.
I'm
about
not
some
trying to
shit."
fight with you, darling, at all.
Okay. 152 people didn't just see that.
I literally wasn't. Can you send me the link to this game, whatever it is, and then maybe I can not face people as well. That's
Let's all play Mario Kart. That's a good bonding way to squash
That is
this.
a wicked.
I am
fucking
terrible
great
at that way in that
Yeah.
game.
This
Nice
game's
podcast,
before your
dude.
time, Kiki.
Yeah, you're talking to a bunch of old fucks here. Bunch
Nice
of Gen X
podcast, stupid
boomers.
$2. Playing Super Mario Brothers is greater than hearing Keanu's fake accent.
Oh, I know. Bring it on. Bring on the heat. Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. It's very
Uh,
Katharine Hepburn.
Well,
Ah.
this is
Audrey
Let me
Hepburn.
fly the plane for a while, Howard.
Yeah, exactly.
Pork Chop Express Quad. Please stop. Comedy has skipped over you. Just host the show. Indeed, I would agree with that. I am not funny. Thank you very much for the.
That's me in the
kind
chat
remark.
typing that out, by the way.
Seriously, you're a pork chop guy? Jerk.
Sorry, Derek. I didn't know any other way to tell you.
Why are you throwing me under the bus? All right. Well,
I don't know, because you won't
Keanu,
feel it in your legs.
In all honesty, that was the main meat of why I had you on. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to ask you. And I was hoping the two of you ladies would just start making out and we could all just sit here and fap. But that doesn't appear to be happening. So
Does she even talk to you, let alone is she going to talk to me? Absolutely not. But we did our best, didn't we?
Indeed.
Right? Yes. I love you, Quad.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you coming on and whatever. I hope the best for you and the Bisconti family that you will become here very soon. So
thank you. Hope Granny's doing well in rehab. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
That was nice.
She really does live like a fucking month in the past, bro. That's crazy. That's insane. It's beautiful almost.
I just hope that she makes her peace with the Clippers. I think that was my issue with her, was she made a mistake. She made a mistake striking channels. And if she stops doing that, I think that would be, hopefully she made amends with, the Will Herons of the world.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what's going on with the Clippers. I haven't actually been watching any of the Chrissy and Keanu streams. Typically, that's like a simcasting, I would believe. So I don't actually know if they've been going after Clippers necessarily, or I think Aaron kind of has tweaked his clipping. Like I've noticed he's been doing a little bit of commentary over the top of it, or doing more like break spots in between. So I think he's just trying to dissuade them from coming after him by just transforming his videos, right?
You don't have to do that. You could just put like a GIF. You could put an animation of an Asian guy waving his hands in the corner.
Right.
Like anything pretty much qualifies as a transformation.
And I do believe those little breaks every once in a while also do the same thing. Yeah. So when the videos go to be processed, I think when there's that little glitch in between, it catches that and it says, all right, you've changed it somehow, some way. Indeedly. And next up, let's watch some of these videos. Okay, we could do one of two things. We could either watch the Real Media Player videos that were made about all the times that Aaron Imholte indeed had brought up. I say we should at least dive into a couple of them, just hear some of what was said. I haven't watched 1 second of this stuff, so I'm not all prepped with witty comments like I usually am, right, guys in the chat? Now, I don't really have a bunch of comedy gold like usual, right, guys? Fuckers. Quit making fun of me. But yeah, so actually I'll break out here so you guys can see. Yeah, Real Media Player. As you guys at Real Media Player. Yes, that's where it's at. So yeah, check that shit out. Dude's
so are we
work.
having tea time?
Yeah, we're having tea.
All right. All right. Get ready to watch the most cringeworthy 9 seconds of your entire life. Okay. This is from Real Media Player. Oh, he's not a steel toe guy. Because you have to get the internet. There's no getting the internet. They get to.
Who has to get the internet?
I got the internet going nuts. I got the internet.
You guys are coming up with creative ways of making me a bigger piece of shit.
Kayla's wondering about 1:30 today. I don't want to do 1:30.
I'm going to be busy at 1:30.
Well, it's my truck.
You can take a look. But no, what I'm saying is, I guess if you made a decision, you'd be getting in a different vehicle anyway. I was going to say I can't pick you up.
Could I do like an 11?
If you want to, that's on you. I'm kind of doing something right now, if that's okay.
It was time sensitive.
Jesus Christ. I'm like,
so April's planning polycule meetups. Is that
she
what
looks happy? That's the happiest you've ever seen her sitting next to Aaron.
Yeah, talking about going out to the Rekietas to do some fucking and blow. That's
glowing.
That's
Just look at her fucking face. Yeah,
that's the do and blow glow.
I've never even seen her smile like that on the show. Wow.
Yeah, she's thinking about Nick Rekieta's dick. That's the smile you're seeing right there.
Yeah.
So you stop thinking about it though, Adam.
She's like, "Can we make
Never.
this appointment right now?" I'm like, well, "We're, you know."
You know how those things work.
Whoa, you pervert, Dr. Scott. She's gushing. Oh, I see what you mean. Never mind. I was thinking a different kind of gushing, but that's on me. That's really just on me.
Do like if we ever become surgeons and we're in the middle, say, "So should I? What do you think? Should I make
Well,
this?"
who's on
appointment?"
Letterman tonight?
I mean, that's kind of what dentists do when they're working on
It
your
is.
mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
So
It's not what that dentist did in Law and Order last night, though.
no,
He looks
fucked-
oblivious
he
as to
fucked
what's
his
going
knees.
on, too.
Got sperms in it.
No, he said take the truck out there, so he knew what was up. He knows about taking a trip out to the Requietas. That's what the truck reference was all about. So,
But I mean, he doesn't understand like where this is going. He doesn't understand this is the beginning of the end. If you look at his face, his body language, he's not looking at her. He's not focused on her. That's the crux of the problem. The loss of focus on your significant other. That's how it all starts.
See, Adam, that's why you're here, dude.
Analysis.
You're not a total retard like most of the people I have on my show. Like Dave Sarah and Uncle Jack. And there's a laundry list.
In his
Totally
inner
different.
sweater.
Granny.
Patrick with 50
Patrick
bucks
Granny
says,
is
"So
the best.
I have done well north of 250 in the past month. How about a hoodie XL, pretty please?" I can't tell you no.
You can message me,
Yeah.
April Imholte on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.
Patrick, absolutely write to us and get yourself a fucking hoodie for God's sake.
Where's my pen?
Precisely. You can have a hoodie. Patrick with another 50 bucks. Thank you very much, pal. We do appreciate that. Guys, 35 away from KOing today's goal. You're going to do it. We're officially not bringing this out today. This does not get done. 35 away. Thank you very much. These are
the old offering plate. Haven't seen that thing for a long time. But yeah, okay, Adam, that's what I was going to mention. This is all the way back in December. So it was like December 14th, I think is what it said. So this is when things were hot and heavy and good. Hot and heavy with everybody, right?
So they had what, 3 months until things really started falling apart? Yeah, beginning of the end.
Yeah, and man, the show where they all met was in October. So to think about that, so you just like November, December, they're already like hot and heavy in the middle of their polycule. Everything's going awesome. It's amazing that just 2 months in, they're happy. 2 months later, shit's falling apart. It's funny how that works, isn't it? When you swap wives.
Has this lifestyle ever not ruined somebody's life?
I mean, you got to be very, very cool for it not to break your love of your life. Your forever mommy and whatever's.
The show is.
But then again, she does have a stinky pussy, so maybe that was wearing on him. Nothing. Adam, would you just see? Okay, Adam, I'm gathering that you've had stink puss and dealt with it and just rolled with it.
I mean, you could put
didn't
I'm just
react.
saying you could put a clothespin on your nose
and buy her summer's eve.
Yeah.
Here's a big hint. Joe is in the chat right now. I have to admit. Until you dip your fritter in queso, you piggy, says Scoober. Thanks, buddy. Triple N says, "Holy fuck, these are the confessions of a queso donkey." I should have never said queso donkey.
Queso donkey's weird.
Don't know where that came from. SH says, "I've been eating microwaved cheese and tortillas for breakfast for a week." Somebody says, "You don't like that Quick Trip bread." Nope. I'm picky on my bread.
I do like quality breads.
Hobo all man.
In regard to this situation, right?
What situation?
Kayla
does
not believe that she's a good wife or mother. Right?
Nice fucking lighting, stupid.
Wow.
Where are we getting this?
Bored of this guy.
Right. This Kiwi Farms post really goes into like great detail about this.
Yeah.
About how Kayla has these like really deep-rooted insecurities about her ability to provide and her relationship with Nick. Actually, in this weird like parasocial relationship, right? In which, Kayla is just kind of there. She just kind of sits around, is zoinked out on pills, right? She does
hanging out a lot, and the families are close,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh, cool, yeah, all right. The kid's hungry.
Kayla helped me get things ready at the house for Charlotte's birthday one time.
Ooh.
Fucking happens, you know?
Yeah.
The Rekietas.
It is amazing that so at that point in May he wasn't totally ready to bash anybody. So instead of destroying April like he does in June, July, August, about the not helping out like she said she was supposed to do to help get the birthday party together. You remember, like, it gets worse and worse and worse as he tells that story. Or am I imagining things, Lemmy?
Everything always gets worse and worse and worse, or better and better and better with Aaron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, remember he only did coke like 3 times, and then he only did like 3 to 4 times, and then it was like 4.
And then
maybe
Molly
6
like
times.
17 times.
Yeah.
It only doubles in time.
Yeah.
Double
he's
the
like
pleasure, double the fun.
He's a 2-4-6 girl. That's a girl that drank 2 beers, thinks she had 4, and then acts like she had 6.
That's the worst.
Man, you're a real lady hater, aren't you, Adam? Jesus, buddy.
Yeah,
where
man.
does this misogyny come from?
They're just terrible.
Never
It's all
heard-
that stinky pussy I've had to deal with.
The stinky pussy. That's it. Yeah, nothing worse. Nothing worse.
Rekietas wanted to buy her a sex toy or some piece of lingerie or something. They wanted to, Nick and Kayla wanted to buy her something. So we went there. I mean, did I think it was kind of, it was.
I forgot about that. So, yeah, that all the gifts that he bought Kayla, the weirdest shit in the world. You guys remember all that stuff. But the
charcuterie fridge and shit.
Yes. Like
It's
after
so stupid in this freeze frame.
Various
Sorry.
cold cuts. Perhaps.
Are we all gonna be? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, are we all gonna be just dying for the court cases to end so we can all ask Nick like and Kayla like, what's the deal with the fridge, man? Like, can we see the fridge? Can you show it to us? Please. That's all we care about. We want to see where you kept your cheese and meat right next to your cocaine, whoring bed and your whoring lifestyle. Like, that makes 0 sense. I still don't believe that shit to this day, but we'll have to wait till we hear it afterwards. Do you guys believe that shit? Charcuterie fucking fridge in your bedroom.
I would honestly, oh my God, I would love a charcuterie fridge in my bedroom. I would like nothing more. I'm not even kidding. Especially if I didn't have to stock it myself. That'd be dope.
Yes.
I fucking love charcuterie, dude. Whew.
Yes. Granny, you must keep the charcuterie fridge full of meats and cheeses for Lemmy. Yeah. Would you ever leave the bedroom though if he did that? Like, would you? You would.
Yeah. No, I don't like hanging out in there. Maybe I'll keep it in here.
As far as I can tell, Granny looks like he smells like sausages and cheeses.
Like a summer sausage and a really fucking sharp white Vermont cheddar cheese.
Yes, exactly. But not in a fridge. Just laying out.
Like, we just talked on the show and we had fun doing a show together. I don't think it's not anything I'm gearing up for.
Hold
Tom
on,
Guy
pause
says,
it.
did Kayla ever give you any of her magic?
Do you want to know what Granny smells like? It's gonna shock you. It's gonna shock you.
Son of a bitch, she heard that. I'm trying to sneak one past you, Granny. Sorry, man. I didn't mean it. No, go ahead.
It's a soap that your grandma probably used. He smells like Dial.
Boom!
Dial, really?
Yellow soap,
Yes.
the yellow one.
Yes, he did.
Um,
Little orange bar. You bet.
yeah.
It's a good soap. It's an antibacterial soap. He sweats a lot.
Yeah.
It's a good soap.
I'm trying to think of the one that's got the pumice in it. Like, real contractors use that shit.
Lava,
but it dries your
lava soap.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
stuff will dries you out so bad you can't use it like every day. Unless you work, if you're like a mechanic or something, you gotta use shit like that.
You know what's good? Black African soap. That's really good for your skin.
Whoa, that sounds
I'm
racist.
sorry.
You-
Oh, the
yeah.
chat is never gonna let me live that down.
He uses black African soap, folks.
I hope nobody
Hello.
sends a super chat making fun of me for saying that.
Mean green. Yeah, What's the orange soap? What's the Fast Orange?
Goop.
That's the real shit, but that'll eat your skin off. All right. Soap talk's over now, kids. No more soap talk. Moving on.
Just a peek behind the curtain.
Magic crystals. I think Kayla's wonderful. I think Kayla Rekieta is a wonderful woman. I think. I hope she gets involved. I hope she gets involved and talks to her husband and says, "Look." So that was why that one weekend I said I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm having beers. I believe I texted Kayla. And I said, I'm having so much fun with my friends. I'm drinking beers. One thing, you asked her, it was another thing. That's how divorces work. You just don't see eye to eye anymore. But I remember I texted Kayla and I said, listen, I'm here with my friends. I really did. I like doing karaoke, though. That was always really fun.
Wait a minute. Okay, so his text between him and Kayla were, hey, I'm hanging out with my friends, drinking beers. They weren't like, I'm trying to get away from Nick. He's like so horrible and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, Kayla, you need to get out of there. Get away from that monster. And she was like, yeah, I should. Like, what happened to those texts that we've been hearing about as of recent? It's weird, huh? It's weird how nice and civil the texts were all the way back in May.
And that wouldn't make any sense at all.
What, they changed the veracity of the kind of text that he was getting, or what?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
No, that like him and Kayla, he left, but then him and Kayla were all amicable for a while, and that she wanted to. It doesn't seem consistent with anything that's happened after, you know.
No, that's the point, Adam. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Tony the Tiger. Yeah, come on, man. He didn't know he was being cucked. That's hilarious. That's very possible too. He is totally fucking out of it.
He was definitely manipulated.
I'm rubber, you're glue, you steal my wife, I try to steal yours too. Aw. That is that's right up. Is that what he wrote on his Valentine's card to her when he gave her the Star Wars shit that she probably threw away?
Star Trek. There is a difference. If I may have my one moment during the show.
Either way, it is kind of a nerdy
That was your
thing.
moment. Clip it, motherfuckers.
No, I think it's a little bit nerdier if it's Star Trek.
I mean,
it's a little bit more badass if it's Star Wars.
No, but I'm just
True.
saying I like Star Wars and Star Trek, but I'm a fucking nerd.
Nerd.
Okay, which one do you like more?
I was more into Star Wars, so I'd have to say Star Wars. Are we excluding new gay Star Wars?
Yes.
Then Star Wars.
Oh,
definitely Star Wars. But
Okay,
I
then
do love Star
Trek.
Trek.
A little bit more badass than being like a fucking Trekkie, dude. Trust me.
Yeah, but I'm still a fucking dork is my point, though.
That's fair.
Yeah. Thank you for agreeing with me, Lemmy.
Oh, I never heard this before. KYP Stu. Cuckold. That's fucking hilarious.
That's not the most obvious fucking one. It's good, but it's too obvious. Imdolt.
Stop it.
And like, again,
Stop it, Adam.
Nick, Kayla, all of us, like we all had a great time doing karaoke. That was one thing we did. We could all hang out as friends. It was a good time. Plus, if you don't mind me saying, that Kayla can sing her fucking ass off. Holy shit, is she a good singer? I sang a tune or two at Kayla, and oh my God, she put me to shame. She embarrassed
I mean,
me.
did she have the
Yes,
voice
that's
of a
true.
siren? If you know what I'm saying.
With how good she was.
Sucked him in.
Holy shit. This was really sad. I talked to someone the other day.
May 23rd.
I talked to someone yesterday, and they said, how'd you meet Nick and Kayla? And I said, well, I met them in October at the show we were going to do with Chrissy. And then, of course, the tragedy with Chrissy's family happened. That was so sad. And Nick, Chrissy booked Nick to do a guest set. Or did I? Boy, I can't remember if it was Chrissy or it was me. Could have been either one. And we met them there. And we talked. We hung out after the show. We went to a bar. It was a great time. They came over the next morning. We hung out. We watched a movie. Everything else.
Get to the
and then
good
we started
part.
hanging out with them after that.
Get to the part where you ruin your life.
April had told people a story that they were her friends, and she introduced them to me. That was remarkably strange to hear. That's some wacky shit. I heard some other stuff that had been said where I mean, it blew my mind, the things that were being said. I'm like, what the fuck? And you just kind of go, okay, well, I guess, here's my thing. In a breakup, everyone gets their truth, as it were. Everyone gets to tell their story. And you can't deny people their story because it's theirs.
No, we have to stop it there because did he not
smart
know?
And they don't want to fuck themselves legally? What about that?
No. She's telling the truth. They met on Chrissy Mayr's show long before they ever met in person. And when you go back and look at that show, like the second Nick and April found out that they lived near each other, their eyes lit up, and it was almost like watching people falling in love for you know what I mean?
Love
Like
at first
at
sight.
first sight. Yeah, it was literally that. And then did Aaron I'd like to see his reaction right there? Like, what? She was, I heard her telling a story that she had met them before that. Yeah, right. Aaron, did you not know she was going out there and bow hunting and fucking getting her brains fucked out by Nick? Like,
that was my point,
long
though.
before you met him.
That was my point earlier, though, is that something happens. There's this moment where if you take your focus off of your wife like that, she will make an emotional connection with someone else, and that will threaten the relationship that you have. And that's how all the other shit that happened. That's how that starts.
That's right. He took his eye off the ball, though.
And he's sitting there. He was just oblivious. He was clearly oblivious to what was really going to happen.
I'm so glad Uncle Jack's not here counting tonight. It's so good. Thank you, Uncle Jack, for having work or whatever you're doing that's more important than the show.
I'm counting 4, Jack, by the way. 12 infractions so far. Don't worry. You're doing great.
Stop it. You're not qualified and you're Jewish, so it's not kosher for you to be counting. Oy vey, I know.
Oh God, I gotta really fucking watch it here because I don't want to sling any accusations. She had someone text her when the kids and I left. April didn't spend any time with me, didn't spend any time with the kids. It was fucking weird.
It wasn't weird for her, if you know what I'm saying. She didn't feel weird about fucking doing what she did. She was like, all right. She had a plan. Like when you have a plan and you just want to set that fucking thing in motion and that's all you got to concentrate on. That's it. She was in like fucking get shit done mode. Like, all right, we'll get there. We'll get the kids. We'll get them distracted and I'm gone. I'll go get my shit as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And I will wait for that phone call. Is he gone? Is he
She doesn't
gone
want to
from
go
the house?
hang out with and like raise your kids while she's all horny.
I mean, Kayla was probably very, very helpful with the kids and whatnot on Easter. How could you leave me? Oh, you know what Easter is? A new beginning, right? Am I right? April's new beginning. In April, as a matter of fact. All very coincidental. Granny, them Thompson gals, they age like an unoiled catcher's mitt. Yes, we have heard that, and I can't argue that very much, Micheline. I don't want to be mean, but that
is he talking about her without the makeup when she walked behind Gino? I thought she looked all right without makeup.
So would?
Yeah,
Adam?
yeah, I would. Sure, I think she's cute.
Okay.
Yeah,
just checking, homie. Just making sure. All right, McLean, we got you a young stud.
I go home with the kids.
Ready.
I go upstairs.
He's all horned
Half of
up.
my closet is cleaned the fuck out. She dipped.
It would have been way funnier if the entire closet
While I
cleaned
was
out.
hanging out there, she was at home cleaning out the closet. This was a Friday. And I believe 7 weeks ago tomorrow. And I'll bring Gino on in a second. And when I got home, and that was awful. Half the closet's cleaned out. Her ring was sitting there in the closet. It was fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah, so back to my point from today when we had Keanu on. Like, it is weird that this is May 23rd, 7 weeks before she had left. So how do you go 7 weeks not knowing that April was not in the house like he said she was? That seems kind of bizarre to me. Like, I did ask that question, and I don't know if I'm happy with the answer, but we did get an answer from Keanu. But
well, if that's true, maybe it's possible he just really wasn't paying attention to her. Maybe
well,
he
that's
was
what she said, that they absolutely never watched Stilto. So
he was just reading the chat for 7 weeks straight.
Yeah, I don't know. Lemmy, do you have any thoughts on that? Like, that seems fucking weird, right? 7 weeks that you didn't catch on that dude was totally full of shit. You never heard a word.
I feel like that's some serial killer shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I think about that. I don't know what I think about
behavior. It's serial killer behavior.
It's like that WATP guy where his girlfriend was in the basement for like 7 months, body
Right.
rotting. He was eating her and shit.
The hitman.
Telling everybody they're making candied bacon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
wild.
thinking though, I'm just thinking it's possible that we haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg with crazy shit because can I give you a theory right here? I think it's possible that one of these guys is going to end up dead.
I hope not. God.
It's possible though. What do you think? Could you imagine like what would be the absolute worst case scenario while we're sitting here speculating?
Did you say worst case scenario?
Hands down worst case scenario for how this ends for the toe.
Oh, that yeah. I mean that there's gun battle and somehow, some way, like the cops kill everybody, or Nick versus Aaron. One of them gets the other one. Like shit could really fucking happen. It is a possibility. Absolutely.
I disavow, and I'm angry with both of you for like speaking even into existence.
I don't want to. Listen, I don't want something.
Yeah, that's
bad
how
to
all
happen.
this other
I'm
shit
wondering.
happened, right? Let me people just like started
Yes,
talking
it's
about
all
it.
your
Next thing you
fault.
know.
I'm just saying we come on here and we speculate about this situation, and I'm just thinking it's possible. It's possible that we have no idea what could possibly happen here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the thoughts are endless.
I mean, a man whose life, these people's lives are being fucking destroyed.
Well, and I mean, it's
Right.
very likely that Aaron will not have access to his kids if he even cares about that. Like, things will be changing here very soon for him. Beloved chatter, member for 6 months. Aaron loves himself far too much to self-harm. Yeah, I don't see that you never know about that with people though.
But how's he going to handle this, especially if he can't do the thing that is obviously the catharsis for him, which is come on his show and talk shit about the situation. When he can't do that, like how is he going to lash out? What's he going to do? What's his next move?
I bet. Okay, this is my prediction. He's going to do his regular show. He's going to keep to topics, but he's going to be like so red and purple because he's containing everything he wants to talk about.
Yeah, but then he's going to snap.
He's ready to explode.
If what people are saying about
That,
his
and then that
Gordy.
might actually prove your point. Well, a little tally for your point over there if he does snap.
Yeah.
He could snap Gordy's neck on screen.
Stop saying shit like
prank caller.
Bad vibes. Yeah, prank caller. Save this motherfucker.
What I wanted to ask Kiki, but I didn't want to step on your toes, Derek, and she kind of weaseled out of here kind of quick. But one thing that I wanted to ask her was like how she feels. Does she feel like she's getting bad juju for talking about this shit? Like, do you think it's bad juju to just be salaciously talking about this? Like, I wonder, you think we're all going to hell?
No, I don't think you're going to hell. That's a little extreme, but there is power in
Well, you
words,
might
I
be 'cause
think.
you're Jewish.
Yeah,
To
I was going to say
some
I'm a
degree.
Jew. Sorry.
Well, Jews
Sorry,
chosen
Lemmy.
people, you're going straight to heaven, dude, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Chosen. Oh.
Thank you. One person in this whole damn audience. One person. Thank you. Thank you, Lemmy.
I actually got really weirdly into what is it? Kabbalistic studies, not like the actual religion itself for myself, but like the religion itself and the magic in it and stuff, and the tree and all that good shit was really, really fascinating.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of Jewish studies, not much, but I know you killed my Lord, but I forgive you because that's what Jesus would want me to.
Aw, thank you.
I think
See,
Adam
all is
wants
forgiven.
you to turn the other cheek. Booyah!
Everybody in the chat just saying there's some food for thought. You could turn the other cheek on the Jews.
All right.
Derek's like,
moving
shut up,
to
Adam.
the-
Shut up. It's 7 canceled memberships tonight.
Nope. Fair enough. No, I'm trying to bring in a whole new contingency of tunnel diggers. You never know when you could use something useful like that. We may need to escape from this podcast eventually.
Or you could just change the branding. Jew Yard Boys would work. JYB.
Yeah.
Jesus
Right.
actually isn't dead, Teddy Ruxpin. He fucking lived the rest of his life in Italy. You fucking nerd. We could do this. all
I contacted Nick. I contacted Kayla. I said, what the fuck is going on? I sent them pictures. They swore up and down, and I have no proof that they knew, so I don't know. They said, oh, we had no idea she was doing that. I mean, she brought the clothes right to their house afterwards, so I have my suspicion. Man, I have my suspicions about a lot of shit after everything I saw and did and everything else, but that fucking sucked. And that was fucking brutal. And I believe a week later, and I'm almost positive on my timeline here, about a week later was when I sent that text that I won't be coming back. I had a conversation with my kids where my oldest
was crying
told me
when he sent that text.
The oldest said, it feels like April's been distant.
I don't even want to be part of the orgy group anymore.
No, you can't say that. You can't put that in a. No, for his false reality to be real, you gotta like actually live it, Adam. What don't you understand about false realities? Like he really sent that text, like, "I'm not coming back. You guys are gonna miss me.
I'm gonna
Like,
start my
literally,
own
I think
polycule, and none of you guys can be in it."
When you said he cried when you sent that text, I think that's the most accurate shit you said. Absolutely, he was.
And just
crying.
look at his hands. Look at his body language, his hands. He's doing too much shit with his hands.
What is that supposed to mean? He's getting handsy for what is that saying?
Nervous, or I don't know. It's weird. I feel like people do that a lot. Their hands get very animated when they're trying to explain, and they over explain. And I hope when he goes to meet with investigators, he better fucking keep his shit together. He better sit on his hands.
No.
All over the place.
No. There's 0%. We've watched him for how long now? Like that is his thing. So every little thing he does, the cops will be all over that shit. They're gonna be like, yeah.
They've seen a million. They've met with a million people. They've interviewed a million criminals, and his little performance. It's not gonna work.
School for that shit.
Yeah.
They literally go to school to learn people's body language.
They're just going to watch him for 1 minute and be like,
He's-
okay, this guy's a serial killer.
Yeah, he's done way more than been in a polykill and sent some pictures to Gino.
Yeah, probably
Right.
the least of his crimes.
The least. Him and Ray out there on the highway doing things their way. You know the deal. Where's those bodies?
Like she doesn't love it, blah 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 blah. And I was as soon as my kids told me that, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And she's been gone for a while.
I can't be part of the polykill. I got
recognize
kicked
her
out
in
of
that picture,
anymore.
guys. I don't recognize her.
His arms are folded. Look
Kayla,
at
don't
those.
recognize her either. Nick's got a black eye. I'm guessing his wife hit him or threw something at him for being such a fucking idiot. Part of me wants to contact every one of their family members and April's,
Wow.
Nick's, Kayla's, and just say, guys, can we just all agree to not bail them out and let them clean up?
Isn't that
Everyone
a
is
form of
great. We're
harassment,
doing good. I'm
contacting their
healthy. I'm the
families?
same person I always was. That's not what
I mean, it's a
asked for,
threat.
okay?
Of
Right?
doing so.
That's like the kind of shit that Stuttering John did.
No, like he did call Kayla's stepdad, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he could if you just call them once if you knew the people, but I feel like that's a little. It may
Well,
not
he
be criminal,
called-
but that's fucked up to be like, I'm
I
going to
think
call
he
your
called
parents.
April's dad, and he called Kayla's stepdad. I do believe he called both.
I know that, but I'm just thinking about it now, and I'm going, that's pretty like snitching is gay enough, but to be like, I'm going to call your families and tell them not to ban. Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're a piece of shit on the outside looking in, and you're doing all the snitching, then
Look at
you
the
want
free-
to get a coalition of people that are going to get behind you and be on your side. He did it with everybody. He did it with Keanu and Gino and anybody. Obviously, Matt and Johnny. Like anybody he could get his hands on. I guarantee the first thing he was talking about was like he would slowly work it into every conversation he had.
Right. Look at the freeze
Like-
frame right now. Look at him. Vengeful cuck.
Is that what his shirt says? I can't read
Yes.
it. Vengeful cuck. Okay.
98.1 Vengeful Cuck FM.
That's actually Gino's
CUCK,
shirt.
yeah.
Clan Radio. I got that drop somewhere. Not at the handy. Not at the ready.
I got a text from Kayla on Monday. And Kayla said,
Okay, hold on. Lemmy, what do you bet if we only had our fucking bingo cards that it's not going to be nearly as hardcore as the way he's been saying the texts are lately? Like, how much less of an impact will this text have than the way that he's been making them sound lately? Oh, it's going to be ugly.
Are
You
you,
don't have-
talking about like the nudes?
No. Like no. He's been trying to make it sound like every text he got from Kayla was like some desperate text. Like, how do I get out of here? How do I get away from Nick? This is the worst situation. Like he keeps saying that shit lately.
Yeah. I think I
But
said
now-
the other day that it was he's famous for making mountains out of molehills. She probably was like, I'm having a bad fucking day today.
Right.
This is
And
what's
he's
bothering
like,
me a little bit.
she was trying to get out of the trap, this horrible situation. Right. All right. Let's see what he has to say.
Kayla said to me, she goes, you were right. All of this stuff is destroying us. Up until yesterday, I was doing everything I could.
It's destroying us. Who would ever say that?
I got a call from a family.
I mean, it's possible if she was like on coming down. I don't know if you've ever come down off of drugs, Adam, but when you're coming down, you can go through some emotional bullshit. Of course, I never did, but I'm a real man. Rob Sal's cousin, can we get a cripple fight on pay-per-view? Quad versus Johnny Crutches. I'm in for money. Absolutely. Pay-per-view. We're talking money, right? Pay up, suckers.
Make him cry.
Family
Again?
member of Kayla.
Well, I didn't do it.
She said, what do I do? Everything you know. And I said, if you get Kayla out of there to a neutral place, I will meet you. I will talk to her with you. This is the best thing for them, and this is the best place for them. You saw Nick the other night. Kayla definitely threw something at his face. I 100% believe that. I believe that that bruise is either from the cops arresting him
100%, absolutely.
or from Kayla.
You weren't there, but 100%, really?
100%.
Clean. If she has nowhere else to go to get clean, then I'm not going to shut the door on her. I wouldn't shut the door on Kayla. Wouldn't shut the door on April. Nick will be in prison. Yeah.
Wait. I thought all three of them were going to be in prison. That's what he's been. Yeah. Boy, oh boy, that's quite the stark difference from what we saw from him watching April in court the other day. Jesus Christ, that's not even in the same ballpark. He was, but yeah. So April, if she would have shown up, what do you guys think? April or Kayla actually shows up during that period of time and was like, "Oh, we want to get clean." What does he do?
Good question. He uses it for a story that he tells on his show, and nothing else.
Yeah, no chance in hell he would actually have done that.
I just can't imagine it because it just sounds so unfeasible to me. It's
right.
Obviously that was not the situation. That was not the vibe.
When did he get the divorce signed? Like June, right? June or July.
It was quick. Yeah, it was like what, 2 months, less than 2-3 months.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah,
pretty quick. He hopped on that one quick enough to get her not to ask for anything. That was just smart, but he did it somehow.
You know what's funny though? You know what the real kicker is? That April wanted him to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and he probably should have. Like, he didn't have to. Like, she waived her right to that somehow. I don't know exactly how that works, but man, wouldn't that have been like, he would have been better off if he had just signed something. Oh, I guess signing a piece of paper doesn't mean shit to him. He would have just broken it anyways. Yeah, that would have just been another thing for her to come after him for. Never mind.
K-Max McDonald with $5 says, what sentence would you hand to Nick if you were the judge, Aaron? What sentence to Kayla and April? I mean, is that a fair question? Because I'm biased. I don't even know if you can do that. I would sentence her to rehab. Kayla.
No, she's so wonderful, right?
Of the time.
I mean, hasn't she been through enough? She had to have sex with Aaron. I mean, hasn't the poor girl been through enough already?
She must be so ashamed of that now.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we'll watch a couple more minutes of this, and then I think we'll wrap it up. But yeah, this is fucking gold. All you people should go watch 4 hours of Aaron. If you don't get enough of it from Melton and everybody else, but God Almighty, in the morning when we wake up, folks, we may be waking up to the news of Aaron Imholte in jail, which is fucking amazing. So sleep good tonight thinking about that. Lemmy, I'm sure you're gonna
I want him to
dream about Aaron all night, right?
No.
Keanu?
No, I don't dream about you motherfuckers, dude.
You motherfuckers. That sounds like you people.
You guys would think I'm crazy if I told you what I dreamt about.
Tell us.
Let's hear it.
I've been having the same kind of dream for like 6 years. I go to the same place essentially in my dream. It's like a fucking house.
Where are we going? We got to hear this.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll get on a bus and it'll take me to like almost a completely different state, but it's like a bus ride away. Like I live in this weird fucking.
You live in a Greyhound bus.
Crevice with a fucking waterfall and shit, but I get on a bus and I'm like in Arizona and everything is like Adobe and shit like that. It's fucking weird.
That is weird.
Is it like
none of you are there? Actually, sometimes some of you are there, but you're like faceless avatars.
NPCs.
Weird.
What's up, Gina?
What's the movie where the plane crashes or whatever and they're on the island? I'm retarded because it's Lost. Thank you. Yeah. Is it like that? Some weird.
I don't know. I've never watched Lost.
Fair.
Have you ever had apocalyptic dreams? That is the most exciting dream I've ever had in my life. You look out the front door of your house and you see fireballs in the sky, houses exploding, people dying. You feel your own impending death. It's so exhilarating. It's terrifying, but it's awesome.
Like that.
Yeah.
I have weird carnival dreams. If I'm having like nightmares and shit, it's usually like carnival dreams or like water park dreams. The water park dreams get me, dude.
You never had the test dream or the missing the school bus dream? I feel like everyone has that. Or the graduating high school dream.
Maybe back when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, I still have that shit.
Yeah, I don't dream that much, so whatever. I think the last one I remembered was like a war. I was running around in a war in the sand, so that actually makes sense, right, folks?
So you don't have a wheelchair in your dreams?
No.
That's a good question.
That's cool, actually.
No, I don't remember ever having a wheelchair in a dream in the last 12 years. Yes. What do you think Aaron dreams about? April? Is it you, April? You've come back to me? And then he wakes up. Oh, sad.
It's probably stress dreams now. I can't imagine how how he can cope all he wants on his show and to the internet. But when he has to stare at his ceiling at night when he goes to bed, like I can't imagine. I mean, maybe he copes to himself, but I can't imagine that he's not that his heart isn't pounding out of his chest, worrying about everything.
No, he's absolutely dreaming about the police showing up to his front door right now. No
and
doubt
he has
about
no one but himself to blame.
that. I mean, he'd probably do his best to blame like Nick Rekieta.
Well, it's not like he's not going to try to point the finger at other people, but it's you can run, but you can't hide, you know?
Indeed. You can run, but you can't hide. Is that a good place to end a show on? Oh shit, we're ending, and then oh shit, let's hear some dreams, folks. We need to hear this.
Wait, hold on, dude. So you're not in a fucking wheelchair in your dreams, and you wake up and you're just stuck in that prison? Like you wake up and you're like,
I wake
oh
up
shit,
in
it's
bed.
another nightmare.
I wake up in bed.
You wake up in bed.
No, it's been 12 years. Maybe at first it was
shit.
Like, okay, the first year it was a lot of a nightmare. So, but 12 years later, it's not nearly the nightmare it used to be. So, but yes, there was a breaking in period, if you want to call it that.
Do you fucking frolic in your dreams, bro? Like, I want to know how that where you're like frolicking, like tiptoeing across the goddamn tulips, and then you wake up, you're just fucking dead legged
What do you
again.
think?
Like,
I dream like Flintstones shit. Is that what you're saying? Like twinkle toes?
just meeting fucking feet.
Sometimes I dream that I'm not a Jew, and then I wake up and it all comes back to me.
Fuck,
And then there's Jesus. Jesus is laying there dead on the ground next to you when you wake up. You're like, damn
Fuck,
it.
man. Kill the savior again, man.
I did do it.
I do
Son
nothing.
of a bitch.
Would you take it back, Adam?
Take.
All right, listen, I love you guys. but
No.
I have to go. I'm so freaking hungry and I'm so
Hell
tired.
yeah.
So I
Bon
love
appetit, Lemmy.
Where to find me.
Great.
Later,
My
homie.
links are implied. Love. So much
Wait,
love.
did you say you wouldn't take it back?